All yiggity, and we are back. I'm Jay Lava. I scoured the internet so that you don't have to. And now we got Nolan Montana. Now Nolan was on everything under the sun. Nobody else was doing nothing. It was all Nolan, right? It was all Nolan. He was doing everything under the sun. Now TMZ, ABC, everybody want to come out with conflicting stories. It's just funny how now here comes the smear campaign. So we're gonna cover that and more. The people are speaking. Sam got an update. We just gonna jump right on into it. Shout out to my man Money Mike in the house. Jack in the building. I see you. You just tapped in. Come on, we finna get to the bottom of this. Yep, here go the smear campaign.
Here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update. So now all of a sudden, people are saying that Nolan was doing the boog shug, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Which is so crazy to me because they're not saying anybody else was doing it. They're just claiming it was just him. And again, they haven't released the toxicology report. So where would you be getting any of this information except for these eyewitnesses who coincidentally come up after this audio is released, after people are hearing alleged nefarious things?
Come on.
Also, I heard today that the guy whose name rhymes with fart lawyered up.
Uh-oh.
Why? Again, all of this is guilty, alleged behavior for when your best friend passes. If it was accidental, they would have said that on day one. We would not still be talking about this. We would have been able to put Nolan to rest and it would have been a terrible tragedy. But the fact that now all of these friends, so-called friends, are lawyering up, they're saying that he was the one that was doing drugs. Like, I thought it was, the Coast Guard reported that he had heavy alcohol intake, according to these eyewitnesses.
Right.
No toxicology report. Why would you make a definitive statement like that before the toxicology results were out so you could say for a fact that this was in his body? It's just deceptive. This narrative is being pushed by these legacy media networks to protect who? I don't know. I don't know why they would protect Mississippi when Mississippi is well known for its history, and she needs to take responsibility for what's going on. Look, if this was a total accident, then come out and say that. Why do they have to hold this for the grand jury? Why are you holding back the autopsy? It's as simple as that. Mississippi, if you want to take the pressure off and have us take the gas and the foot off your neck, then just come out with the truth and let it be shown. But when you lawyer up and you're deceptive and then you accuse this poor, beautiful young man who lost his life of these things that you have no factual evidence for
at all,
it makes us angry. Secret Service Sam out Samson for president of the world. Sam.
So I'll go ahead and kick it off with Sam, but it's way deeper than that though. Because now we got 2 extra witnesses, apparently. We got a motive now. I was telling y'all about a motive about this chick. Let's keep that in perspective, that it is about this chick. And so now we hear that was homeboy's girl. Your boy, what's his name? God, why I can't think of these names. Hold on, let me look. This is his girl. So now we hear that it was Bart. That's right, Bart. I don't know why I couldn't think of that for nothing. Y'all like that thumbnail idea? Y'all like that thumbnail idea with them behind bars looking like Life? The bum drowned in the story. Okay. I made an addition. Did I put up the new devil for the day? Because they super pissed, y'all. Hold on, let me see if I put up the new devil for the day. No, I still got it. Remember old girl from yesterday? I got her on deck. I just ain't put her up there yet. Just ain't put her up there yet. Right? But let's talk about this Bart and this Katie thing just a little bit.
Hey y'all, hey. It's time for another Nolan Wells update, okay? So this one is a little bit different because this puts a twist on things now that we have heard the audio and we have heard names on the audio. So there's somebody in particular that I am looking at, and that is Bart.
Bart.
Yes, I said it
Good,
because
y'all.
could this be a love triangle?
Uh-oh.
Now, stay with me.
Come on,
because
we want you now.
I'm telling you, I have a receipt, and shout out to Tisa Tales for this picture that I'm about to put up for y'all. As you can see, it is Bart and none other than Katie. Yes, Katie. Okay? So apparently, Bart and Katie were a thing, or are a thing, or whatever. But we don't have all the deets on it to know all that. But let's get into it. Okay. So here's some things we know. Bart's name can be audibly heard
Definitely.
on that audio tape of the footage.
No question.
And you hear them saying, "Damn it, Bart."
Damn it.
After
Yep.
the fact that you may or may not have heard, is he dead? And Nolan. Which, if I hear, "Damn it, Bart," that would lead me to believe that Bart might be part of the issue, okay? But that's just my interpretation of it, all right? So, in addition to that, Bart's name, it has come out, has been listed as the person who called on the Coast Guard report. Bart called, not Warren, okay? All right. And as a little bit of side note, because I mentioned Warren's name not being the caller,
right.
I just found out that Warren's father deals in toxicology. So it'll be interesting about those toxicology reports when they come out. But anyway, Bart is 2 years older than everyone, so he could have contributed to the alcohol. And we know that first they tried to say that he wasn't in town. He said, "I've been gone for a year." Yep. Now we hear your name. So are you backtracking? Were you on that boat?
Yep.
Then your buddy Warren said that he was on your boat on the 4th of July because everybody came down for the weekend. So we know you were here for the weekend. Yep. Okay. Now here's something interesting. The pool party picture that everybody was saying was not from July 4th, that it is from July 26th or 27th, right? I believe it was the 27th.
Right.
Well, here's an interesting thing about Bart, and we need to find out where he was because he's in that picture, right? I didn't want to put it back up because then people be like, "Oh, you putting up fake information." But he's in that picture from June 27th. Well, on those same days, there was a fellowship for Christian athletes in Wyoming, a youth camp at the university where Bart goes. And it's a common practice for their star players to be youth camp recruiters for those days. Okay? So, he couldn't be, if that picture was from June 26th or June 27th, you can't be in two places at one time.
No.
Okay? So we need to find out where Bart was and if that photo really was from the 26th or 27th. And I'm not trying to bring confusion into this, but I'm just saying he can't be in two places at one time on the validity of that photo. But anywho, that just leaves me with two questions. How long had Nolan been talking to Katie? And then how long were Bart and Katie together? Is a good question. Were they on a break?
What?
When did Bart find out that Nolan was talking to Katie?
That guy's piping down my girl. I'm gonna beat him, man. I'm gonna beat him to a pulp. And then Warren and Tristan was like, "Man, you shouldn't be messing with Katie. Man, I don't give, man. I'm cradling these little male buns, fam. I don't care about that. Bart couldn't take it. I'm gonna beat him up, man. Gonna beat Bart, man. He had my girl's buns in his hands, man.
Because we know Tristan and Warren both said some slick shit to Nolan
She said,
the last time they saw him.
Yeah.
In jest, because that's their buddy. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I said something to him. Yeah. So, is this a love triangle of sorts?
Hold up. Warren did say, "You crazy, man." I looked at him and said, "You crazy? Why was he crazy? What was he crazy for?" If y'all remember that interview, "Oh, you crazy, man." He did say that. He did say that. Pep, what up? Now check this out. These folks done laid out a whole page with all the connections. Check this out.
Okay, so far these are the individuals that were on the boat. I told y'all they trying to throw us off with the picture of just 4 of them on the boat. It was not just 4 people on the boat, and it's 2 unidentified females. Now, I'm gonna say this, okay? The woman on the boat that says, "Oh my God, is he?" It sounds like an older woman. It sounds like an older woman, and I feel like it could possibly be the older woman who is really trying to cover things up.
Straight up.
If you go and listen, it does not sound like an 18, 19-year-old girl. It sounds like a older woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like one of the unidentified people is the older woman. Now, I know that sounds crazy given that it was a boat full of young people, but maybe she was just trying to go ahead and catch a ride home. I'm just saying. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And I know y'all tired of me talking about it, but we too close to come up off the gas on this one.
Straight up, though.
Peace.
On some realness now. But can we... Listen, everybody is on this motive thing. When we talk about motive, we definitely got one.
Yesterday, I cracked the case with a young lady who gave her theory, we'll call it allegedly theory, of how they communicated Nolan's death on the boat. If you have not watched that video, you need to watch the video because that shows the how when it comes to the alleged murder. But this video I am about to play for you is going to crack the case as far as the motive. Here is the motive. It is laid out. It is bare for you to see. And I want to know how Mississippi is going to respond to this, because if you give enough people on the internet enough time, they are going to crack the case for you. They are going to figure it out. We all had the same questions, and we come to find out that Bart is the missing puzzle piece. And now we have fit him into the puzzle, and now the puzzle is complete and solved. Listen to the video, and you will see.
Hey, you guys, breaking news in the Nolan Wells case, and I promise you haven't heard this anywhere else. Bart, Katie, Nolan, and Trayvon. Y'all, let's get into this because we think we cracked this case wide open, but it's not just us. It's what the internet sleuths have also pieced together. You guys, we have to get into this. We believe we have motive. We believe we have location, and we believe we had what really happened. And we are going to use Warren and Trayvon's own interviews along with some thought they were deleted Facebook posts and get into this. And I think this is the real reason why they all deactivated their social media accounts, because they didn't want us to know the history. The history of what? The history that Katie was Bart's girl. Who was Bart? Bart is Bart Edmonton Jr. He is a promising NFL player. Well, he's a future NFL player. Comes from a legacy line of football players. His family, his grandfather, his dad are big dogs down in Ocean Springs. And what's more, Katie was Bart's girl. Bart.
Dun, dun, dun. It was over the cooch. Had to get some of that snow roach cooch.
Edmonton Jr., and it is unclear on whether she was still his girl. Now, let's not forget. Let's put everything in order. Bart Edmonton Jr., when Warren was giving the interview, he kept saying, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. He only slipped up one time and said Bart's name. Now, the Marine Resource Division of Jackson County literally slipped up and gave out a freedom of information request. It actually gave us the audio, but what's more important, it gave the name of the person that reported Nolan missing to the Coast Guard. Oddly enough, that person was not warned. The person that claimed to call the Coast Guard at 11:45 p.m. on July 4th. It was, in fact,
She called him Trayvon. I didn't even catch that.
literally slipped up and gave out a freedom of information request. It actually gave us the audio, but what's more important, it gave the name of the person that reported Nolan missing to the Coast Guard. Oddly enough, that person was not warned. The person that claimed to call the Coast Guard at 11:45 p.m. on July 4th. It was, in fact, Bart Edmondson Jr., who called, I believe they said it's at 10:05 a.m. on July 5th. Keep that in mind. Bart and Nolan were not known to be close at all. But what's more, it seems like they had a woman in common. Now, we do know from the audio, Bart was in the comment sections. I have evidence, but let me just give you the preview. Okay. Bart was in comment sections on people on either Instagram or Facebook being like, I've been in Montana for a year. What are you talking about? Trying to act like he wasn't down there on July 4th. Okay. The whole story changed when the incident report came out and his name was on the incident report as the one that reported Nolan missing. And even though you have been, not Montana, even though you have been in Wyoming playing football, you came home for July 4 weekend. Right. Now, let me get this right. Someone posted a picture of Katie and Bart. Now, they tried to delete this picture, but everything lasts forever on the internet. They look.
We was right. Not Katie and Bart forever.
Real comfy. They look really hugged up. It looks like Katie and Bart at one point have been sweethearts or at least more than friends. Now, Bart's been living and playing football in Wyoming. We know the lives of college football players, right? And what happens when they leave their hometown sweetheart? That does not.
Wait a minute. And hold on, though. Now it makes a lot of sense. She thought she had Bart, the star kicker, but he was out doing this thing. So let me cozy up to Nolan because he's on his way, though. Let me get in where I fit in real quick. Ooh. Nolan's up and coming. Maybe I can slide through and be all at the draft like, And that does create a little jealousy. She didn't go get a regular dude. She got Nolan. Who does Nolan think he is? Nolan? I'm way better than Nolan. You see my house? You see my boat? We're a tight-knit community. You're cozy enough. You're with Nolan? How dare you? I'm gonna kick his freaking butt right now. No, man. No. He's dealing with my girl. It's my girl. Katie's my girl. It's all starting to make sense, my friend. It is all starting to make sense, my friend. Let me let her cook out because this is good.
Mean that hometown sweetheart is off limits when they go back home. Now listen to this. All right, let's start with Trayvon's interview, okay? Because everybody skipped over this, but this stuck in my mind. Let me give you my hypothesis. I believe that Nolan messed up being with Bart's sweetheart, whatever she is to him. Bart is big dog. He comes from a prestigious family. He's bound for the NFL. He's even sponsored by ESPN. He has big things in the future, which is why the town, I think, will collude for him.
Come on now. It's all coming out now. It's all coming out now. I knew it would. Come on, tell it.
I think some type of fight or something happened where they tried to sun Nolan. And, of course, we know what happened. But here is my proof. They
tried to sun that boy. Yep. Yep. The picture is being painted. The picture is being painted. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, this is grand.
Listen to me, okay? Listen to what Trayvon got to say.
Mad. I was genuinely really mad. But the last time I saw Nolan, I was walking to the boat. This was before the fight. It's me and my old lady. We had just got out of a group of people. Nolan was walking towards Wyatt's boat. I was walking in the opposite direction towards my boat.
Listen.
And I dabbed Nolan up. I made a slight comment about something, actually about the girl that he was with. I made a slight comment to him. I was joking around, and I kept going.
I made a slick comment about the girl that Nolan was with. What was that slick comment? Let's not forget Nolan was right next to the girl. Now I know what you're saying. Who's the girl? Of course it's Katie. If you don't want to believe me, let's listen to what Warren has to say.
And not even 10 minutes after that is when I got into a fight.
You guys get ready to leave out
Listen to this.
there, get towed out. Yeah. And then where's Nolan in this situation?
Well, Nolan was, the last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. And Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms, Katie. Katie. And Katie, Nolan was sitting there, and the last time I saw him, I looked at Nolan, and Nolan was like shaking his head laughing, and I was like, dude, you crazy. I was like just joking with him. And, but anyway, Nolan, that was the last time I laid eyes on him. But when we were leaving.
Now, why, if Nolan is cradled, first of all, Trayvon or Javon, whatever it is, his name, he walked up to Nolan, dabbed him up, then said some slick shit to Nolan about Katie. Why Katie was sitting there. Could that slick shit have been, yo, that's Bart's girl, what are you doing? Let's not forget Bart is 200 pounds, he is big dog, and he is the hometown hero because everybody thinks that he's going to make NFL soon. He's also 21. He comes from a very powerful, prestigious family and a family that comes with a history of football. So, he goes up and he's like, and said some slick shit about Katie. Now, everybody knows Katie. So what slick shit are you saying? Then Warren says that he says Nolan, and and they both said the last time they saw him was around 3 o'clock. He looks at Nolan and shakes his head like, yo, you crazy. And Nolan shakes his head too. Why would you say, yo, you crazy, unless Nolan was pushing up on forbidden fruit? And even the way he was like, yo, he was cradling Katie as if somebody would have the nerve to be with Bart's hometown honey. Anyway, Bart, he's the confirmed name on the...
Hold on now. I was trying to understand what that cradling meant. Now it's starting to make sense. He was over there cradling Katie. He must be out of his damn mind. He know that's Bart's girl. I'm just saying. She cooking with hot fire. Hot fire. All type of grease. Wow. Boy, that boy over there crazy pushing up on Bart's chick like that. What's wrong with you?
The missing person Coast Guard report. Why would Bart, who's not that close with Nolan, make the missing person report? Meanwhile, why would Bart, who's not that close with Nolan, make the missing person report? Meanwhile, Warren is asleep to the point of show that his dad had to wake him up to be like, yo, what's going on?
He did say his dad
also,
had to wake
he
him
was
up.
mentioned in the Cito audio. We all heard him be like, damn it, Bart, stop. What was Bart doing on that boat when Bart had his own boat? Also, the cleaned up audio, you clearly hear Nolan's name too. The GPS location matched Fort Bayou residents on water with private deck access. So when they looked at GPS, when they get to the Fort Bayou, that was Bart's family's house. They have a private deck right outside their house, and they have a pool in their house.
Is it all coming together, or is it all coming together?
And there was an attempt to conceal involvement by claiming to be in Wyoming for 1 year. Also, he came out the gate, I've been in Wyoming, until the audio placed him as being on the boat. But there's more, you guys. There's more.
There's more.
Hold on. This is Bart Edmonston. He's number 18 for Wyoming. I don't know. I think it's the Cowboys. They said before Wyoming, Bart Edmonston, a 6 foot, 200-pound punter, is a junior college transfer from Jones College. He's native to Ocean Springs, Mississippi. In 2 seasons, he's averaged 44.7 yards per punt. Apparently, it's really good. On 89 attempts, he's also recorded 45 pumps inside the 20-yard line. Anyway, who cares? He's earned an NJCAA All-America and All-Region honors with the All-Conference honors. He's a graduate of Ocean Springs High School. He was named 6A All-State, and his team was 23-2 in 2 seasons. His father, Bart Sr., was an all-SEC place kicker at Florida from 92 to 96 and was on the 96 national championship team. His grandfather also played for the Florida Gators. I think it's Florida Gators. The point is he comes from a legacy football family, but his dad is also the head of pain management and anesthesiology in one of, I believe, the biggest hospitals. His mom also does big things too. Again, Ocean Springs will protect. Remember when Trayvon was like, I feel some type of way about Ben Crump, because at the end of the day, Ocean Springs is going to look out for Ocean Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all all sticking together, Oh, also, Tiff Battle said, Barty Jr. has a promising NFL career. He's currently being sponsored on ESPN. I'm thinking this is the reason Warren kept saying my buddy is to remove Bart from the conversation. Oh, but the audio that came out, someone mentioned his name in that recording, but Bart said he hadn't been on the island in a while. Bart is a liar. They're protecting Bart Jr.'s NFL career and the Dr. Bart Sr., who works in the same building as Christine. I'm telling you, this thing is a huge cover-up, and the key players have a lot to lose. Maybe let's get into some other stuff. Tristan said Nolan called him, and here's the thing. Somebody brought up a really good point, that they were trying to leave Nolan. Nolan was messing with Katie. Bart, the big dog, was back in town. Everybody was trying to be under big dog, Mr. 21-year-old, 200-pound, about to go pro football player from a very, very rich family. People are surmising that they were actually trying to leave Nolan. Listen to this. Tristan said Nolan called him 2 times at 11 a.m., but he didn't answer. Not that he missed the calls or called back, but that he didn't answer. Again, he goes on to repeat. Nolan's called me 2 times to see where we're parked.
Yep.
Says he then saw Nolan and Wyatt on the dock around 11 a.m.
Yep.
Nolan goes out on Wyatt's Triton. In this picture, Warren can be seen in the background on Palm Beach, Wyatt's family's second boat. This is Wyatt right here with the shades and the glasses. All right, let's keep going. You see they're trading the beads. Let's keep going.
Yep.
You got to leave out of there.
Hold on, y'all. A good point was made when they said they tried leaving Nolan home. Everyone was avoiding Nolan that morning. This is before, of course, they set off. Warren says that his family, friends, and group chat have been planning for weeks. He says on July 3rd, Nolan spent the night at mutual friend's house, but he says he and Wyatt, right? Warren and Wyatt woke up on July 4th, got breakfast, and headed to the dock. Yep. He says, Nolan wasn't with me, which means they left him. And they said Nolan got to the dock around 10:30. Now, and again, why would they be trying to leave Nolan? It's obvious that they were. Nobody was messing with him. Nobody wanted him to come. Everybody was missing his calls. That's what it seems from the boys that are his best friends. And then when they get to the island, everybody's making comments about Nolan being with Katie. Even so far as Warren shaking his head like, man, you crazy. Because who would mess with 21-year-old big dog, Bart's girl or girl crush, whatever she is to him? There's some type of ownership. Now, there's another comment that I want you guys to think about, okay? Because it's kind of like I feel like this case is going to be blown wide open, because a lot of things that we've been feeling, same people on the internet are having the same thoughts, which means a jury would have the same thought. When you see consensus and thoughts across a bunch of random people, that means the truth is starting to come out. They said the Nolan Wells narrative that I'm having trouble wrapping my head around isn't that he was left there. Fine. Maybe he wanted to stay and keep partying, but supposedly there were dozens of boats there at the time. So every boat left with him there by himself, he just waved goodbye to dozens of different boats until he was the last person standing on this island by himself with no phone. That doesn't make sense, even for a drunken teenager. And even for people to see the drunken teenager. If you're the last boat to go, you'd be like, yo, do you need a ride? What are you doing? How are you getting home? I would assume.
Everybody would assume. Did she bust that down, or did she bust that down? For all of you, oh, he drowned, just get over it. Stop it. Nope, it wasn't. He's not Nolan Montana. Nope. You're not finna do that one. Nolan Cormega. No, he wasn't that. Okay. All right. None of that. It ain't none of that no more. That part's over. Now, what we talking about? We talking about this guy.
It ain't no other way.
Other way. We talking about this dude. We talking about this dude right here, Mr. Bart. Bart is mad over his boo thing. Mrs. Shady Katie. It's is his boo thing. Is this not all over the boo thing or what, y'all? That's all I'm asking. Is it the boo thing or no? Or no? I think it's the boo thing. I keep telling y'all. I was so hold on, wait a minute. Ain't that what we've been saying from the beginning? Okay, sure. We might have thought it happened at the crib. Yeah, but they didn't expect for that tape to come out, and they didn't expect the black woman, all hails to the black woman, she is a saint, that cleaned that audio up and bought it on out, bought it all the way on out. They didn't even know. They didn't know it was going to happen like that. Oh, man. Oh, man, homie. My mind playing tricks on me. Marcatia, what up? Oh, man, homie. Is the mind playing tricks on me? Look, everybody got him caught up in the lies.
Wait, what this officer knucklehead just said about Nolan is about to piss you off. And it's like because of that emergency call that exposed a lot of, now they are trying to do a smear campaign against Nolan Wells, and I don't like it.
Appreciate
now,
it.
I tell you this, when you hear what this guy, Officer Tatum or whatever his name is, said, you are about to be pissed. But the thing is this, if he's not truthful about what he's saying, he gonna have hell to pay. Listen to this.
And someone close to Nolan, one of his friends, told me that this person was offered cocaine
all of a
and
sudden
rejected it from this person.
All of a sudden.
And I was also told, and this person told me that it's over 100% chance that Nolan was using cocaine during this period of time.
All of a sudden.
Now, it's always fitting when friends Nolan's friends will say they didn't take any coke, but Nolan did. Now, I will see when the toxicology report comes out, but it's just mighty funny. The person telling the story is always the one saying, I didn't have any. But where did it come from? If it was true, whether Nolan had it or not, but if somebody was running around giving coke to everybody, that would explain a lot why everybody being secretive about this fucking horny island. Horn, like devil horns. Did Bart supply this with his grown ass?
Sound like
if
it.
he did, this is
you know Bart had the plug. You know Bart had access to the best of the best, allegedly. You know Bart allegedly had that Peruvian funk. He had that straight Panamanian pack all day long. Stop playing.
Reportedly, him and Katie, who used to date, and the rumor is he was popping up to show surprise Katie, and Katie was all up under Nolan arms, and an altercation went from there. And I don't like it.
Man, it's getting funky out here. It's getting funky out here. They went ape over this chick, fam. They went ape over this chick. But you know what? This is the same playbook that they use all the time. It's not like it's nothing new. It ain't like this ain't nothing we ain't never seen before.
Wells case, I want you guys to pay attention what they're doing right now. They're calling him an adult in the media. Mm-hmm. And the people, his friends that were around him, they're calling them kids and teenagers.
Did y'all notice
this? This is a tactic that the media use to put the blame back on the victim. Nolan Wells, in my belief, he's a victim in this case.
Yes.
But what they're doing is they keep saying he's an adult because, you know, they're talking about drinking now. There was drinking involved, they're saying. It was possible drugs. Now they're having a YouTuber
come out and say that he possibly has some drugs in his system, but we don't know. The toxicology report didn't come back yet, so I don't know why he's privy to that, but we don't know yet because the toxicology, right? But they're saying that he's saying that it could have been possible fornication in the ocean and all this stuff. They're trying to take all the heat off of the people that were around him because it looks bad. It stinks it stinks out there right now. It stinks, and I smell a rat. So they're taking the blame off of them. And then the attorney general came out saying she's going to go after people that's hampering this investigation, or people are feeling threatened. I'm so threatened. I feel threatened. Everybody feel threatened. But I don't want to talk about all that. I want to talk about what happened to Nolan. Let's stay focused.
That's all.
I'm not going to call him. He was a teenager at the time. That is true. He was a teenager. If you're going to call everybody teenagers, you have to call him a teenager.
Come on now.
If you're going to call him an adult, call the rest of his friends adults too. But one thing, we got to stay focused here. Instead of putting all the attention on him, we need to find out who did this. In my belief, this is a homicide. In my belief. But what they're going to do is they're smoke screening. They're stonewalling. That's what they're doing. Classic stonewalling. And I see it going on. And I see it as clear as day that they're stonewalling. And it's not right.
Yeah.
And but the thing is here, yeah, they're calling him an adult. You know, he was drinking and this and that, and that his friends, what did they say? He had his arm around that girl, Katie, and this and that. And this guy said he was a part of their friend group. I don't know who talks like that, friend group. Who talks like that?
Yeah, that was a killer, right?
This thing is horrible, guys, what they're trying to do. But I don't think it's going to work. Because his mother hired private investigators, and they're looking into this. She's going to subpoena all the records from all of the social media companies, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Life 360, you name it.
Yeah.
She's getting a subpoena to get all of that data. Then this YouTuber that interviewed these guys, these men, these young men,
right,
was saying that he might have some information now that it looks like maybe Nolan may have been victimized here.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't need him to tell me that.
Right.
I just need them to do what they got to do. They can take all the time they want. There's no statute of limitations on murder. So if they need to take all the time they want to make sure this is right and solve this, fine. But to make up these storylines, we didn't know what's happened out there. We don't know. Even when I say I feel, and it's my opinion, that's what it is. I don't know for a fact, but I almost know for a fact definitely somebody did something.
Yeah.
And they have to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
You know, they have to get to the bottom of that right there. But to call him an adult and everybody kids in this situation, no, y'all not going to do that. The media, guys, is a very powerful entity that's been around forever, trying to shape people's thoughts and how they think. And this time it's not happening because a lot of content creators, they're making content around the clock. The media can't keep up with us. The traditional media, they can't keep up with us.
Not with
me. They just cannot.
No.
One of the influencers are going to break something before the news break it. I have seen it before in other cases. But to shift the blame, and also they were shifting the blame to his mother. Oh, she's doing this, and she said this, and Ben Crump said this. I don't care about what nobody's saying. I want to know what happened to the young man. Let's stay focused. You guys got an investigation, right? You guys are conducting an investigation, right? Well, let's see the autopsy report.
It should be just that.
What happened? What's up with his throat? Let's see that. Was it any water in his lungs?
What's up with that throat, homie?
Okay. That's what we want to know. We don't want to know about nothing else. Okay. Is it a possibility that he was drinking out there? Of course. It was the 4th of July. It's a festive event. Everybody out there trying to have a good time. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We want to know the toxicology report and things like that. But I want to know where your leads at. Are you guys close to solving this case? Let's stay focused now. Let's stay focused.
Yeah.
Let's stay on it.
Yeah.
Let's get on it if you want it. Get on it if you want it. And Mother wants some answers here. Okay, this wasn't the first time he went out to Horn Island. This time he went out there. He ain't here no more. No. Oh no, y'all got to solve this. And you know what my prediction is? They're gonna solve it because the people gonna start telling on each other. They probably already telling on each other. They got a mess down there.
Yeah.
They got a mess down and they got a mess down there. That's one thing I can tell you. They got a mess down there because people are already talking. I'm pretty sure. Okay. And I don't want to talk about what they're saying is over because I don't know if it's true or not. Right. But if I find out there's some validity to it, then I'll talk about the story and what they say will possibly happen. But like I said, until somebody authenticate that story, I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, you know what I don't like about him and people like him? I know what he's talking about. He's talking about that audio that came out. Now, all of a sudden, don't know. Now it's not authenticated because a black woman did it. See, that's crazy. See, because if white boy Roy would have did the little audio, they would be praising him for his electronic techniques and his audio prowess, and he's such a astute engineer. Come on, man. The sister put it together, and now y'all hating on it? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I just want y'all to make sure y'all know what it is. When they talk about that they can't run with the story, I know what he's talking about. He was cooking, but I know what he's talking about. And don't, I'm saying, like, I made a song like that. You won't listen to me, but you will listen to a white man. I swear I made a song about that. That's always the case. It's crazy. OG C Dilla Wink. He got a crazy name, but he is telling the truth about this media, though.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Mississippi in this Nolan Wells situation. When it comes to Mississippi about this Nolan Wells situation, Mississippi is panicking. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you why they panicking. Because they panicking because usually they can kill a black brother. Oh, yeah. Clean it up. Be on with it. Don't get no backlash. No nothing. Mm-hmm. Don't get nothing. Ain't nobody even talking about it or nothing. But when it's coming to this Nolan Wells, black folks ain't letting up. Oh, no. Black folks ain't letting up. You understand what I'm saying to y'all?
I hear you.
And it's driving Mississippi crazy right now. Like, damn, we usually can hang a brother and kill a black brother and this would be over in 2 days.
Right.
Nah, player, let me tell you something. Foundation of Black Americans is on something else.
Right.
We on something else. We all about protecting ours now. Ain't no more holding back. If you do anything to one of ours now, we on the case. The black media is on the case.
I'm on their tail.
And it's no letting up.
At all.
And that's what got a lot of people frustrated out here, especially Mississippi. They don't even know what.
Especially the people in my chat. Is you talking about them? You can't be talking about it. You got that problem too.
To do. They like, damn, what why the hell is these people not stopping? Why they ain't letting up? Ain't gonna let up.
Diane.
Not when there's lies right there in your face. There's lies right here in the people's face, and you think we finna let up on this Nolan Wells case. I got another thing coming, boy. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. And by us keeping our foot on their motherfucking necks
On they whole
about this
thing.
Nolan Wells case.
Yeah.
This case gonna open up something else. Oh yeah.
What's that?
Well, we already know Mississippi's history.
Yeah.
But this right here now gonna have the internet. Anything happen now, we own it.
Own it.
We own it. So
Own it.
Mississippi, you better watch how you treat our peoples because we gonna be on your helmets.
Helmets. Straight up. The OG ain't playing, boy. You know, hey, messages don't always come like you think they should, but that don't mean he ain't spitting though. He telling you some truth. You want to know how I tell it? Look, now I went from I did this on purpose. I went from the OG to the youngin', and why they saying the same thing?
These niggas are speaking in code. Yeah, that's cleanup crew. That's cleanup crew that anybody might, if you're not in on it, will not know that's what they're doing. They're not just placing themselves at a location that they're not to have a alibi that nobody else can verify, but they're talking in code so that the captain, whoever he's associated with, can be notified to go get the body so that they can start the cover up now. It's a system, y'all. They've been playing in our face the whole fucking time. They've been lying from the jump. That is why this story doesn't make sense. From the time Nolan was dying, they called them people. Look, them people said, all right, bet, this is what you do. Call this, do this, say this, da-da-da, da-da-da. Notice how Warren volunteers a video of them getting on the boat, but doesn't volunteer a video of them coming back.
I got you, Mom.
Notice how they left him a private doc. Private. Meaning other people own that. Meaning whoever gave them the video of them getting on the boat in the morning can also just magically have the video of them coming back at what, 5 o'clock, according to them, disappear or just withhold it. Oh, we don't know what happened to it. This is a private doc. That evidence can be tampered with and mysteriously deleted. This is a fucking cover up, and so many people are involved. But you have all of Black America's eyes on this shit. You're not gonna get away with it. We are new age, new earth. Bullshit like that could have happened in the South back then. Nah, we're gonna hold on to this, and we're not letting go. We're not letting go, and we're gonna blow the hinges off of Jackson County, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Whole world is watching. Y'all are busted.
Busted, buddy. You're busted. I like that. Buddy, you're busted, bud. Give it up, pal. You're busted. It's over for you guys. Okay? Everybody's going, we're taking you down. Everybody put your hands behind your back. We're taking you down. Yeah? Round them up. Let's go, bud. You're done. You're done, bucko. We're gonna get him out of here. Get him out of here. Okay? Not playing with you guys. You're out of here, pal. Okay. I see some busters over there in the chat, and I know y'all be kind of getting beat up when the Black people say it. So I employ one. Now it's not lost on me that it's a lot of y'all people who moist that's speaking up. I don't know what that's about, but I'm gonna let him go ahead and get his shine. Let's see what he's talking about, y'all.
I shouldn't be surprised they're trying to victim blame Nolan Wells for allegedly being drunk. There's a few things I want to say about this. If Nolan Wells was heavily intoxicated, that to me is even more reason why, as his friend, you should have not left him on a fucking island 10 miles away from the mainland. If my friend is drunk and not thinking clearly, and they're saying, no, I want to stay on this island, too fucking bad, get in the goddamn boat. Which brings me to the second thing I want to talk about. If Nolan was drunk, his friends probably were too. Should they have been operating a boat? Anyone gonna check into that? Because apparently they had a call for a tow. What was going on there? And number 3, probably the most important piece of information, if he were drinking and he was smashed super drunk, he does not deserve to die. This right here is so fucking shitty. I should be...
All I mean, he kept it concise, straight to the point. I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? He can speak out in his way. You know what I'm saying? You know. All of them were drunk and there are not his friends. That's terrible. Yeah, I don't think Nolan was drinking though. Creative one, I don't think. From what I'm hearing, I don't think Nolan was drinking though. He definitely wasn't Nolan Montana that they trying to make him out to be. They trying to make him Nolan Nicaragua. Thanks for the flowers. Yeah. I don't think he was Nolan Nicaragua from the cartel walking around the beach with 2 keys. Like, nah. But see, then when this new information, because I didn't know, I knew he was a football player, but see, she put it in context. He come from a long line of football players. So that's a long line of money, which means he got a severely bad case of what is that one dude was convicted of? Dang, it always miss my mind. Affluenza. He got a bad case of affluenza. You don't know what it is? Go look it up. Affluenza means that he been so rich with money so long that he doesn't have a concept of what the rules are. I didn't make this up. Yo people make this up. So we talking about the kid that was suffering from affluenza, that was potentially hopped up on that Tony Montana, that came back into town to be big dog, that went to go see his homeboy Warren, and it was that other star kid that she was feasting on, trying to creep up on the come up with, trying to get with the young Noster. You know what? They might have even told him, like, man, I seen Nolan all booed up with your girl. That's what they probably did. Because they was trying to tap while he was out of town, but she didn't give them no time of day, even though they had bread. She only wanted to mess with Nolan because Nolan was going to become a star, and she was just trying to stick it in there till the draft. Come on now. Let's put the 2 and 2s together now. And then he's black. Let's not forget. But he's black. So not only was he mad at Nolan, but he was also mad at Katie because now she's a quote unquote mud shark and she's tainted. So he was just pissed all around the board. You dealt with that monkey, Katie. How could you? Was he bigger than me? You're a mud shark now. Come on, I'm telling you what I know and not what somebody told me. Had a lot of people drop off when I started telling that truth, but hey. You know how dweebs do. You know how the dweebs do. That boy, Tristan and Warren sat up there and told that boy, you know what? Warren was with your girl all day, or Bart was sitting back somewhere looking at Katie and was fuming. He just sitting, throwing back White Claws. Ugh, it's my girl, man. Ugh. Katie, man. She's with Nolan, man. Just white clawing his little self to death. And then I'm gonna get him, man. You get him on this boat, man. I'm gonna show him. They did 12. They told Bart they was trying to get on Bart good side. Remember, they said Bart was the man, the plug with the Drenuk. Look who they trying to protect. The man with the Montana. I told y'all. Didn't I tell y'all the last person that would be suspected was the one with the powder? I told you. They was trying their best, not to mention Bart. Bart was nowhere around. Bart was nowhere to be found because Bart got the plug and Bart allegedly got the drugs. And here goes stupid people. Jesus. We was kings, but can't swim. When did he swim, Jesus? Can you answer that? Or are you just saying dumb stuff? Can you answer that? At what point did this swimming happen? Before or after he was done cradling Katie's buns or got back on the boat? Where was that? We was kings, but can't swim. Hey, didn't black people carry the Olympics in swimming or something like that? I could have swore. I just seen a video the other day with these three brothers on the swim team, and it was like a 3-man swim team. It was a breaststroke, a backstroke, and a something, and they smoked everybody on the team. Smoked them all. Smoked them. That's not true, bro. There's a few, and you know what kills me about when they say black people can't swim? They don't talk about why. Oh, because your people didn't want black people to be able to swim right after segregation was over, so y'all closed all the damn pools. Damn. Do better. So you're single-handedly at fault for it then. Take a bow. Take a whole bow. But you don't want to claim that though, huh? That ain't none of your responsibility, huh? It is. It is. Yep, it is. He's a grifter.
Guys, new information on what's going on in Nolan Wells' case, and this time we have to rewind it back to Judge Ashley Cole. Judge Ashley Cole, I believe, is one of the boys' stepmoms. We believe it is Warren. She is mother of one of the boys last seen with Nolan before he died. Now, the funny thing is, right? We have to revisit her statement because we have found out disturbing things about Ashley Cole, meaning she may be the social media mastermind behind this disastrous.
Uh-oh, don't give me with the slips and the pops now. Come on, give it to me raw now. Don't do me. Von Subi. Here, let me skip a little forward. Or let me give it a little refresh. A little refresher course.
And this time we have to rewind it back to Warren and Dr. Django. But there's even more. This woman knows what she's doing. And we looked into her, in our opinion, creepy past of the type of cold-blooded, maniacal things she does. And guess what? It's not just against Nolan's family. It is against other families. Okay, let's get into the evidence. Because when you hear this, you're going to know 100%. I believe that she is one of the ringleaders in the cover up, and she was advising Warren and everybody else to say that Nolan voluntarily departed. So not only to escape potential charges of whatever happened to Nolan, but to make sure that it could not come back and hit the family in a wrongful death suit that could possibly bankrupt them. I know it's a lot of stuff I'm saying, but I think I have evidence. You guys, let me know what you think. All right. So it all started, what made me look into her is this post, right? She said, yes, I deactivated.
Oh, come on with this. When you stream, these are things that can go wrong. Usually it rarely does. I got that toppity tip joint. I'm gonna blame it on her video because it can't possibly be my stuff. I'm taking it's just not my stuff. I don't care what you say. Let me dip to my mans though. I did have my mans queued up. I'm gonna deal with him and we'll get back to her in a second.
TMZ is reporting, quote, Nolan.
Hold on. No, I forgot my I can't mess with Cuz got that music. So I did have an interview with Nancy Grace. Then now I want to come back once I'm off of it. But no, we finna go. I had this interview set up with Stephen A and Nancy Grace talking about it. And they both some tiptoers. So I just wanted to show y'all, the narrative that they're trying to push in the lamestream media.
Weekdays on Fox 1. Please welcome for the first time to Straight Shooter, the one and only, Ms. Nancy Grace. How are you? How's everything, Nancy?
Thank you for inviting me. That's a very tough question because all day long I investigate and analyze murder and mayhem. Very often, Mr. Smith, I have people ask, why don't you smile on TV?
Yeah, you can't.
Wouldn't that be odd for me to smile in the course of reporting on a dead young man or a missing child? So, although I have great happiness in my life because of my twins.
I got you.
Boy-girl twins I had 18 years ago.
Wow. All right. That's a lot. That's a lot of reason to be happy. No question about that. Let's get right to this case involving Nolan Wells. You've been all over this case right now. Just as a reminder to the audience, Wells was the 18-year-old college football player from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, who was on a boat July 4th with a group of friends and traveled by private boat to Horn Island, an uninhabited barrier island off the Mississippi coast. Wells was the only black person, so reported, on the boat. When the friends returned to the mainland, Nolan was the only one who did not make it back. Talk to me about this story, Nancy, and what do you make of it at this particular moment in time?
I think that it is very murky, and I do not understand, Stephen, the demands on all platforms for the investigation to be shut down. Is it possible Nolan Wells died by accident? Yes, it's possible. Is it possible that there was foul play? Yes, that is possible. And I don't believe the investigation should be shut down until we know the answer to that. I have 2 children, both the age of Nolan Wells. I would be lying on the courthouse steps screaming for justice if the investigation into a death related to them was shut down before I had answers. So I don't understand where all the hate is coming from.
Who specifically is calling for the shutdown of the investigation? Just to educate my audience.
Well, go online. There's any number of people, thousands of people that think that, quote, this was an accidental drowning. Why are you doing this? You're a race baiter. You're fill in the blank. This has nothing to do with what color his skin was. This has to do with an unanswered question. During my prosecutorial career, I very often was the only white person in the courtroom. That has nothing to do with Lady Justice. What Lady Justice wants, what justice demands is a full and fair investigation. And I'm also not saying that's not going on, because my boss, Lewis Slayton, the longest serving elected district attorney at that time, I think, Stephen, it was 37 years, was like a grandfather to me. He was very strict, no one to speak to the press. It could ruin the case. I always had the same answer when asked. I believe a Fulton County jury will render a verdict that speaks the truth. Because I did believe that. We are not owed an explanation from law enforcement as to what they are doing. However, there are a lot of questions, specifically, Stephen, regarding the autopsy. The initial autopsy has remained.
She's such a fence strategist. However,
under seal. We don't know what the answer was. The family, understandably, sent Nolan's body hundreds of miles away for a second opinion. When that doctor got the body, the lungs and the throat were missing. I understand why the lungs were missing, because this could have been a drowning case. But why the throat? What was there about Nolan's throat that piqued the interest of the original medical examiner? That leads me to speculate. Was there bruising? Was the hyoid bone fractured? Was it broken? Was it dislodged? Is there possibly bruising on the strap muscles? Is it indicative of a blow? We know on the back of the head, that's your occipital bone on the back of your head, about where your hairline would start, that there is deep red discoloration under the subcutaneous tissue. What? Is it from a blow? Is it from diffusion of the blood post-mortem? I don't know. But none of it is good. So I need answers before any investigation is going to be shut down.
What do you make of those who have said, I remember Officer Tatum, a conservative podcaster, very popular, over 3 million subscribers. He's been on a warpath, going down, talking to some of the people that were there with Nolan Wells, white individuals. He's saying that evidence is showing that they departed. When they departed, Nolan Wells was alive, and you know what? They may have had absolutely positively nothing to do with this. The evidence shows that. Is that your finding, that the evidence shows that the people being, with allegations being thrown in their direction, the suspicions that have been raised by these people that were in attendance with Nolan Wells, that they should be, they have been proven or found to not have been around even when he was still alive? Is your findings consistent with anything along that verbiage with what people are saying about these kids that were with him?
Right.
No, I don't know the answer to that. They say Nolan chose to stay behind because he met a girl he wanted to talk to named Katie. That girl has spoken through her sister, we are told. And she says Nolan told her, I'm going back with my friends. So who am I supposed to believe? I don't know for a fact that what the boys are saying is true. Right. I don't know for a fact that what the boys are saying is false. I do know they called SEATOW, S-E-A, second word T-O-W, and said that their vessel was sinking. But yet they continued boating around in it for hours after.
Come on, right?
Is there an innocent explanation? Maybe. Maybe they thought it was sinking. They found the problem and they fixed it. Now, specters have been raised about audio suggesting Nolan had been on the boat on their return. I don't know if that was doctored. I don't know if it's real. I do know this. He went to Horn Island with...
Man, that is a crock of bullshit, though. I just got to call that. I'm so sick of them talking about they don't know the audio was real because a black woman did it. That, man, that is crazy. And then other Negroes don't want to admit that it's real because YT people don't think it's real. Shout out to everybody that's on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, come over to YouTube so you can comment and be a part of the conversation. But I am sick of that. I am so sick of that. That's so it's so the marginalization of black people is so crazy to me. Just because a black person did it, it has no validity. I don't know if it's real. Girl, it's the tape that them folks released, and she took the cutoff. What's the now? Because she took the cutoff off the official release. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it was doctor. Come on, man. See, that's that disingenuous, that's that fence riding. She is an audio tech. That's what she do for real life in real life. In real life, she do that. Masterful job too, might I add. And they did, this is, the shorty was right. This is 2026. They don't expect people to think outside the box and use all of these tools out here that's available. No longer do we got to wait on y'all to produce justice. No, the sister, out of the kindness of her heart, put that thing together and got it on out here for us.
Them. They came back alive. He's dead. I'm going to investigate. You're darn right I'm going to investigate. And my wish is that his friends are innocent and that this was an accident. But it will be a cold day in HELL that I endorse closing down an investigation because somebody said I had nothing to do with that. What? Am I supposed to go, oh, okay, case closed, forget about it, and go tell the mom, we're shutting down the investigation because so-and-so said he had nothing to do with it.
Have you received any indication from law enforcement that that is their intent, that their desire is to close down this investigation? Have you seen any indication like that at all?
No, and that emboldens me. That emboldens me because so far they haven't finalized this thing. As a matter of fact, the other day, a female journalist got a hold of law enforcement, the sheriff. He wouldn't answer any questions, which he should not have. And he stated that all questions were to be directed to the district attorney's office. I expect what they'll do is this, Stephen. I expect that they will call in a grand jury. A grand jury has two purposes. It can be a charging grand jury. I presented hundreds of cases to grand juries to get an indictment. It can also be an investigative arm. It can subpoena documents. It can call for witnesses. It can question them. It's an investigative, a fact-finding grand jury. They may do that, or they may be able to do it on their own without calling in a grand jury. But I believe that law enforcement will do the right thing. Much has been made of the fact that Crump, who is representing Nolan Wells' family, turned down.
Nancy. I think that law enforcement is going to do the right thing. When have they ever done the right thing, Nancy? Wow.
Down a request, an offer to bring on scent dogs and cadaver dogs to the boat. Well, I've got to just swat that down right now. Crump, or the Wells family, doesn't have the authority to allow anybody on that boat. It's not their boat. I've also learned through the grapevine that the boat has been searched. I would like to get my hands on that GPS nav system. I would like to find out if cadaver dogs were brought onto the boat. I would like to get a hold of Katie and question her. And I would like to ask each one of the boys separately what happened. And I'd like to give them a polygraph. Is that so wrong? That's what I would be doing right now.
Nancy, I don't think it's wrong at all. And with those questions that you're asking, I think all of those are very poignant, very, very significant questions that need to be answered. What's the resistance to getting those answers? Is it law enforcement saying it's an ongoing investigation? You're not entitled to know things until we tell you to? Is it the family getting in the way? Is it the Wells family picking and choosing who they want to investigate matters and they're interfering in their own way? What's this mess that seems to have been made of this case? Where does fault lie, if any at all, in your estimation, as to what's impeding progress in this investigation from taking fold?
Stephen, I believe a lot of people desire controversy. I think that there are people out there that want to spin it out for their own gain, be it fame, be it money. And I cannot relate to that. I'm a crime victim. I am a victim of violent crime. My fiance was murdered shortly before our wedding. It changed my life and my family's life forever. It even affects me now, how I raise my children every day. I can't lay fault at the family's feet. I can't do that. I think that hate, racial hate, is being stirred. The pot is being stirred. And people are coming out. I looked at my Twitter the other day. I wish I hadn't. With the worst slurs. They're not, usually people will try to hide it. They're putting it in writing. It's just anger and hate, and is boiled up in the form of this case. And I pray to God that we will get justice regardless, notwithstanding all the hate. I don't know where it's coming from. I can't identify with that. But I can tell you this, we're not letting go till we have an answer.
Your thoughts on the Wells family. Some people who wanted to point the finger at them, and I just find it to be wrong. I'm not looking at the family who lost their son or lost their sibling. I'm not looking at them. I'm not trying to look at them in any negative way. But there are people that have looked at Crump's presence. Civil rights attorney. Obviously, he's represented white clients as well as black clients in the past. The family brought him in. They brought up Al Sharpton eulogizing Nolan Wells at the funeral. They brought up these kind of things to.
I don't know. John, hey, if John puts something like that in the chat, and get him up out of here. Mike, whoever up in here, keep y'all eye on John Capo. Matter of fact, we don't need that type of stuff in the chat now, bro. Slow your horses now.
Say that, the family, if not the family, those connected to the family, are stoking these thoughts that you just articulated. That's a very, very big concern to you. What are your thoughts about that when the Crumps of the world, the Al Sharptons of the world, even though he just eulogized them at the funeral, he's not necessarily involved in the legal process. Their involvement in something like this, what does that do for or against the case in your estimation, based on your experience reporting on these potential crimes, allegations involving such manner?
I don't care. I care about one thing. What happened to Nolan Wells? I don't care if Al Sharpton is stirring the pot. I don't care what people say, the rocks they throw, the slings and the arrows. Don't care.
That's real.
That does not dissuade me from finding out what happened. Now, sometimes people seek refuge. How do I know the family didn't know who to contact? How do I know Crump or Sharpton didn't contact them? And they said, yes, help me, please. Maybe they thought an injustice was going down. I don't know why they chose Crump. I don't know why they chose Sharpton, but I can tell you this is not a Miss Congeniality contest. Nobody's going to get crowned Miss Sweet Potato at the end of this. Mm-hmm. Everyone will get hate mail. Everyone is going to get threats, and everybody will be disliked. But in the end, we may find out what happened to Nolan Wells. So go ahead, sling mud, attack Sharpton, attack Crump, attack me, attack the family, attack the boys that were out there that day. For all I know, they've all passed a polygraph. I don't know that, but I do know I don't have answers.
So you don't know that. Why would you even throw that out there to try to throw some tidbit of credibility their way? You little fence straddler. She's definitely a fence straddler. She's like a double speaker.
And a young man the age of my son and my daughter is dead. That's all that matters. I don't care what Crump or Sharpton scream into a microphone. Irrelevant to me. I only care about the facts.
Let me be more specific. What I'm getting to is, does the presence of individuals like that based on your experience, assist in expediting the process to get closer to the truth? That's what I'm wondering about specifically.
I think it does, and I'll tell you why. Whether you like Sharpton or you have to hold your nose, you don't like him, don't care. But guess what? Every TV was turned on this case because of Crump and Sharpton. You know how many cases I've investigated and nobody cares? Their names are forever lost. Nobody knows their names. Nobody cares. But because those two jumped on the bandwagon, or hitched a ride on the bandwagon, I don't know which is true, now there is focus on the Nolan Wells case. And I say, fine.
Authorities have said they suspect drowning. How do you feel about authorities coming out without the investigation being completed? I'm thinking about your former boss, who was like a grandfather to you, that told you don't go to the media until it's absolutely necessary. Timing is everything, et cetera, et cetera. I'm looking at authorities coming out and saying they suspect drowning. I think that's a very presumptive statement to be coming out of their mouth. Wouldn't you say?
I don't think there should have been any comment at all. Right. If they had to say something, it should have been along the lines of, we are investigating the case to our fullest ability, and we are open to any information, any help that we can get, and we will find the truth, God willing. I think that's what I would have said if I said anything at all. Maybe they did suspect drowning at the beginning, but they should have kept their pie holes shut, because we don't know that it was drowning. Now, the fact that the first ME took the lungs suggests to me that there may have been water in the lungs. That doesn't mean foul play was not involved. How do I know he wasn't hit on the head and thrown over the side? Do I think that's what happened? I don't think anything one way or the other until I have the facts. His friends could be completely innocent, or they may know more than they're telling. We have to find that out.
And the only way to do it is by applying pressure. And in my estimation, the authorities being a bit presumptuous and ahead of the curve and saying they suspect drowning and articulating that, it's almost like their wish was to aim you in a different direction, and the direction towards innocent for these boys. Because why would authorities come out so quickly and just say such a thing? That's just my thinking. But I'll ask you this as well. Your thoughts real quickly about the independent autopsy compared to the original autopsy. Your thoughts about that, if any at all.
Oh, I've got plenty of thoughts, Stephen Smith. Plenty of thoughts. First of all, they both are inconclusive. I don't have the first result, so I don't know. The second one is deemed inconclusive. Why? Because the second examiner does not have the throat or the lungs. So a full investigation, an autopsy cannot be completed, because this is what they've got to do, and I've seen them do it. I told you about the red subcutaneous markings under the occipital bone.
Yes.
All right. Now, how do I know that's not from a blow to the head? Okay. How do I know that's not from an accident? We are being told today Nolan was drinking heavily. Okay. Even somebody drunk can be a homicide victim. Even somebody drunk can be a victim of an accident. That means nothing to me. Everybody out there was drinking. So what, I'm going to be angry because the victim was drinking? Again, this is not a personality contest. It's not a moral test about his character. Bottom line, I need more evidence, because that bruising or hemorrhaging or reddening under the occipital, I got to figure out it's from a blow. Is it from a fall? Is it diffusion? Now, go with me on this. When someone passes away,
okay,
and they're in a specific position, the blood pools. It's called lividity. The blood goes down. Like if I die on my back, my blood will go to the back of my head, my back, my rear end, the back of my legs. You turn me over, it'll go to my front. So, is that pooling of the blood? I got into a full-on argument with a very esteemed medical examiner because he suggested it was pooling of the blood. Then why wasn't it anywhere else? Why wasn't there pooling on his back, on the back of his shoulders, his neck? Why is it just pooling here? So I've got a problem with that theory. Here's a problem with my problem. It's very complicated, Stephen. The neck, if it was injured, is very diffuse with blood. The blood from the jugular and the carotid arteries could diffuse post-mortem and gather there. So what they've got to do is get that tissue, the tissue from Nolan Wells's occipital.
But he was found face down though. So where would the pooling be on the back of the neck though? Come on now. Let's not forget all the facts are out here. That's a fact. Whether he was clothed or not clothed, he was found face down on the beach like he was sleeping with his leg out, right?
Bone around it. And they've got to look under a microscope and figure out, is this a result of a bruise or is this diffusion of blood or something else? See, it's very complicated and very minute. So we need more evidence, is what I'm saying.
I think it's very complicated for the average person out there. I don't think it's that complicated for you. I don't think it's that complicated for a medical examiner if you have his body.
Nigga, it ain't complicated for me neither. What are you talking about? I hate when the media try to talk like don't nobody know nothing unless they put a label on them. What are you talking about? That is so pompous, so smug. Yeah, because nobody else would know what they're talking about. I know you know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. But don't want nobody else know what they know about. Shut up, dude. This guy.
Body, and you have that, you look at
post-mortem
and
gather there. So what they've got to do is get that tissue, the tissue from Nolan Wells's occipital bone around it. And they've got to look under a microscope and figure out, is this a result of a bruise or is this diffusion of blood or something else? See, it's very complicated and very minute.
No, it's not.
So we need more evidence, is what I'm saying.
No, we don't.
I think it's very complicated for the average person out there.
No,
I don't think it's that complicated for you. I don't think it's that complicated for a medical examiner if you have his body and you have that, you look at it and you can see what it is. To me, it just seems some resistance, I don't know from whom, to make sure that becomes public knowledge. I think that's where I think that's where the challenge lies, not in figuring it out. I think the challenge lies in us getting them to articulate what they figured out, Nancy. That's where I'm at with it.
Now, you're saying what they figured out, because I don't think the second examiner has figured out anything because he doesn't have the lungs or the throat.
I'm talking about the first
examiner.
examiner.
That highway bone.
I'm talking about the first examiner.
Okay, yeah. There's one holdout on that I could see justifying the delay, and that's waiting on toxicology. Were drugs involved? Because what if, and I have no evidence of this, what if he had used drugs, fell in the water, and drowned?
But they didn't tell you that, Nancy. They didn't tell you.
Thank you, Steve. What if he was Tony Montana? He had kilos. He's so dope on the West Coast. Like, shut up, Nancy. Nancy's playing them games, fam. Nancy's playing a whole bunch of games. She looked like an older Megyn Kelly. She's playing straight games.
The lungs or the throat.
I'm talking about the first
that
examiner.
highway bone.
I'm talking about the first examiner.
Okay, yeah. There's one holdout on that I could see justifying the delay, and that's waiting on toxicology. Were drugs involved? Because what if, and I have no evidence of this,
Well, then why are you saying it?
he had used drugs, fell in the water, and drowned?
But they didn't tell you that, Nancy.
Toxicology.
They didn't tell you anything about the
if he did use drugs, he could still be a victim.
But they didn't tell you. I'm saying,
Even if he did use drugs, even if he was Nino Brown, even if he did take over the Carter, this biatch, she low down dirty for that. Even if it was Pablo Escobar, even if he did have him for cheaper than 17.5, what? This Nancy broad, you gotta watch her. You have got to watch her. She's throwing out little dog whistles so some of the white people will still watch her little program. That's what she doing.
And the average person out there, they didn't even tell you about we're waiting. You couldn't say we're waiting for the toxicology report. I mean, if you could sit up there and say we suspect
You're
drowning,
right.
couldn't you have said we're waiting for the toxicology report? You didn't hear them say that, did you?
Yes, you could. I have not heard that, and you're very correct. That could be released. It's pending toxicology.
If he's so correct, then why did you take the opportunity to paint him out to be the biggest Nino Brown of them all? You see how that whole little conversation played out right there?
Yes, you could. I have not heard that, and you're very correct. That could be released. It's pending toxicology. Or anything. Just tell me something.
You could have said anything other than what you said. But no, you chose to paint your boy out as Pookie from New Jack City.
We're getting nothing. And again, it's not their duty to tell us anything.
And now all of a sudden, it's not their duty to tell us nothing. But if they did tell us something, they gonna tell us he was on drugs. That's what they would tell us. Drugs. Wait till the drugs come out. The drugs. She a part of it too.
Thing. So before I assign wrongdoing to the medical examiner or anyone else, we need more facts. But I find it very disturbing. They all go out, and he's the only one that doesn't make it back. Right. The girl says he left with them. They say he stayed with the girl. And there were hundreds of people out on Horn Island. Nobody saw him.
Nobody.
I find that very hard to believe. And think about the last person that left. What, they left him there? I don't believe that.
And he left, and he let them leave, even though his cell phone was on the boat.
His phone.
Okay. His phone, rather. His phone was on the boat or whatever, which brings me to this question, because there were some questions about these conflicting stories coming out in the case of him staying behind to talk to a girl, a cell phone date, and inconsistencies between Life 360 and Snapchat locations. Talk about that for a quick second before I let you get on out of here, Nancy.
I certainly will. I've consulted with digital forensics experts, and they say that there can be a difference between Snapchat location and Life 360 location and your iPhone, Find My iPhone location.
Yes.
So we have to make these things jive, and we may learn something nefarious or not. Now, we're also being told that there was no cell coverage there. I don't believe that, because the young man out on the boat called Cito, and I could hear him just fine. So there was cell. So the mom was concerned she didn't see any Snapchat or anything going on during this certain period of time. So we have to, and you can look, Stephen, even if you delete and you delete it from deleted and it's not stored in the cloud, can still find out if something was deleted, because it leaves a trail. Everything you do on your phone leaves a trail. Even if it's totally deleted and deleted from the cloud, you still leave a trail of your actions. But just human nature. I know my children. My son is a fisher. He would take his phone with him. He would leave it on the boat if he got into the water, but he would not let a boat leave with his phone. That would not happen. I'm just telling you that.
All of this has just heightened my level of suspicion, to be quite honest with you. And the fact that you've said all the things that you've said here in this interview, Nancy, has made me even more suspicious than I was before I started the interview, because I didn't know a lot of the details that you were kind enough to provide to myself and my audience. So I thank you for that. Hopefully this case, hopefully we'll reach a resolution with this case much, much sooner than later. I'm concerned.
I'm praying it was an accident.
I'm praying it was an accident.
We can't bring Nolan back.
That's right.
We can find the truth.
Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. That was a dog whistle too. That was a huge one. We can't bring Nolan back. Wow.
Truth. The best outcome would be there was no ill intent. That is my prayer.
Absolutely. Let me move on to this case quickly before I let you go, involving Brian Kohlberger. The case of Kohlberger is back in the news. He's the man convicted of killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022, who now wants to take back his guilty plea and go to trial.
And that's y'all folks over there in the chat. You see what they about to talk about? Yo folks again. Yo folks, why y'all ain't doing a space about that? Y'all ain't doing a space. I'm looking to go join a space that's talking about this.
Kohlberger is back in the news. He's the man convicted of killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022, who now wants to take back his guilty plea and go to trial.
Damn, I'm kind of interested in that one now. I'm kind of involved. Hold on, y'all want to hear about that?
Speak about that and somebody taking back a guilty plea and how that works for them.
As I like to say, be careful what you wish, my dear, for you will surely get it. You know what? Fine. If I were the state, I would run back into that courtroom right now and say, "You're on, Kohlberger. Let's try this thing." I can just...
Boy, I'm not. You better believe there is no black man in jail for nothing that she would have rubber stamped them getting a new trial just like that on any day. Boy, do y'all see how this game works? Matter of fact, they're speaking on this case in the open to try to give some leeway for this dude to get a case. I bet. I ain't never been so quick to hear somebody say a locked up criminal gets another chance just like that, even if they thought that he wasn't going to win. They would never suggest that about some black person. Are you serious?
just tell you, it's a technical legal term. The first prosecutor had no balls.
Now blame the prosecutor. Now it's all the technicals and the difficulties that I can slip through, and never for a black person. You will never hear this conversation for anybody black. Where was you at on Carmelo Anthony then? Have y'all heard Nancy Grace talk about Carmelo Anthony? I ain't heard her talk about Carmelo Anthony like that. I'm just saying. She got all the ins and outs. Look, she got the smile on her face. Look, them eyebrows went up. Look, she was all serious when she was talking about Nolan. Now she talking about a chance for a white dude to go free for something. She's all smiles. She's all giddy. She's into it now. Yes. Let's talk about the ways we can let the white guy free. Wow. When at first she started off this program talking about why she don't smile during her shows because everything's so serious, but not right now. It's time to smile because we're going to talk about how to let the white guy go free. Well, tell us, Nancy.
We get it. You know what? Fine. If I were the state, I would run back into that courtroom right now and say, "You're on, Kohlberger. Let's try this thing." I can just tell you, it's a technical legal term. The first prosecutor had no balls. I don't know if you're familiar with Latin or not. Okay. That case should have gone to trial. If there ever was a death penalty case, it's Brian Kohlberger to attack young girls in their sleep and stab them ruthlessly. Kelly Gonsalves's teeth were stabbed out of her mouth.
we ain't finna skip over the fact that that's y'all folks she talking about. Give me all the theft. Give me all the EBT. Give me all the lazy, all the DEI. I'm not doing none of that stuff. And none of the black people I know. Never heard of somebody doing that stuff. Give it all to me now. Give whatever you 1350, whatever. It's not that though. Yeah, that's your folk. Oh, that ain't your folks? Ricky, you say that ain't your folks? Is that a separation? You denouncing? You denouncing the snow roaches, cuz? Well, that's what I'm talking about, man. Separate yourself. I appreciate, hey, let us know. That ain't what you about. That's right. Okay. Because we talking about the snow roaches. And she mad. She is giddy. She is so ready to let the snow roaches off.
And this guy is sitting behind bars and I'm feeding him with my tax dollars. Guess what he said? And I've read it very carefully. I got it right here. His petition.
Now. Don't think that she's trying to read this as in she's trying to denigrate him. She's actually reading this to lionize him, to kind of show how maniacal and how, witty and how sick he is. Now, this is their psychology because they like these type of people. They like these they like these type of people. They like the psychopathic, like how they fawn over John Wayne Gacy and all of these, these killers, what I'm saying? Jim Jones and all, like, what I'm saying? What's the other dude that the girls do? Whatever, they like these type of dudes. So don't think that she's saying this trying to, disparage this dude. This is all lionization. I want you to know.
He wants a trial. He says he was misled about what prison would be like. Really? Jail ain't what it's cracked up to be? Boo.
Those were his words.
Don't
Those were his
care.
words. Misled about what prison would be like?
He was misled by his lawyers about life behind bars. He thought he was going to have, quote, job opportunities. Well, he said bye-bye to all that when he committed quadruple murder. And I'm finding out a lot more. I just spoke with Kelly Gonzalez's parents, Christy and Steve. There are reams and reams of evidence. And I can tell you this, that DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, is irrefutable. Irrefutable. So please give him what he asked for. Give him a trial. But this time, take it to trial and seek the DP.
But hold on. That's where I was going, because the guilty plea.
But look, he's a white guy though. So give him another trial. Give him a fair shot. He's a white guy. You never know what would happen. Don't just keep him in there. We're going to try to give him life. Or death penalty. But he's a white guy. Give him another shot. You see, she's not advocating for that. Out of all the whatever disparaging and making fun of, still give him a shot.
That he originally provided. What he was saying is he knew he was going to jail. I'm assuming it's for the rest of his natural life since he killed 4 people. Okay. But it wasn't the death penalty. You're saying that now that he wants to take the guilty plea off the table and wants to go to trial, you're saying go for it because it's an opportunity to give him the death penalty, which the guilty plea would not have given him, correct?
That's absolutely correct. And I don't care if you're pro or against the death penalty.
I'm for it.
By doing what he's doing right now, he's setting himself up for the death penalty. And I don't know what the prosecutor was thinking of, promising at the time of the guilty plea that there would be no appeals. That's not the law. I'm going to throw a U.S. Supreme Court case at you, and I just looked.
We don't care about all of that, but look how she trying to explain. Yeah, she finna be next on the devil's list. I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it. Yep, I'm sick of it. Yep, you're getting it. She done made the devil's list. But go ahead, bro, because we ain't lost on these media types.
Tell Brandon Tatum, ABC News, TMZ, all these people, stop releasing photos and release the throat and the lungs to the DC coroner.
Oh yeah.
Tell Brandon Tatum, TMZ, ABC News, and all these news outlets who want to release photos and all this stuff and create narratives and all this, tell them to release the throat and the lungs to the DC the DC coroner office, so we can find out the truth. Tell them to stop playing these games. See, they playing mind games and mind tricks on people because they controlled the media for so long. But now that we all have social media, now we can all we can get on our own platforms and question things and demand things. Now they want to use gaslighting and redirection tactics to try to get people to look other ways. No, let's keep the focus on that throat. Let's keep the focus on them lungs that they sealing up. How come they are still got that autopsy sealed down there in Mississippi? Tell them to unseal the autopsy. Tell them to unseal all those documents and stop releasing photos. See, they trying to keep your minds occupied and divert y'all to other things so y'all can get your mind off the real thing, which is getting your hands on them autopsy pictures of the condition of his body before they did the autopsy, his throat, and those lungs. So tell Brandon Tatum, Race Batum Tatum, tell TMZ, tell ABC to get on their platforms and demand that those things be released ASAP.
And speaking of Officer Race Batum Tatum, did y'all know he was into it with DL Hughley, y'all? Shout out to Foxy Butterfly for hit me in the DM with this one. But check this out. Even DL Hughley has something to say about it.
This is Brandon Tatum.
Y'all just see what unfunny ex-comedian DL Hughley just said about me. Posted a picture of me and my wife. To do what? To be a racist?
No,
you are the lamest dude in all of comedy.
What is more lame than calling yourself the job you used to have? You're not an officer anymore. You were a football player who failed at being a football player. You didn't make the team, so you became an officer. That wasn't working out, so you became an influencer. You talked about emotion. What is more emotional than this?
The word.
For a white dude who the people didn't even think you worthy to speak at his funeral.
Right.
You said you wouldn't cry for your son, but you cried for him.
Yeah.
That's not emotion. You talked the way Benjamin Crump talks.
Just want to blame white folks. And so I go out there because I know that lame Al Sharpton and Mr. I can't read Benjamin Crump is just race hustling, y'all.
You talked about how those boys are innocent. You had proof. Now, I don't know whether they're innocent or not. I don't know what happened there. But I know one conversation with a failed football player and a social media influencer is not the predicate. You don't have any toxicology report. You don't have an autopsy report. You talked about black people acting a fool. Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that took 31 years and 3 trials to prosecute and find guilty the murder of Medgar Evers. Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that in 2005 found 215 black people that were dead and buried in a pauper's grave and nobody knew they were there. Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that just killed a 1-year-old boy and nobody's being brought to account about. Yep. Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that has been poisoning black people with the water since the 1960s. Black people didn't look for this fight. They want justice. All they want is accountability. And if it's those boys, it should be that. Nobody has a predetermined notion. I don't know what happened. But if you're saying that that Al Sharpton and that Benjamin Crump are on one side, you're certainly on the other. You talk to them for 2 days and now all of a sudden you know if they're guilty. You know if they're innocent. You know that. Your name is, your moniker is Officer Tatum, not Detective Tatum. You didn't make your way to detective. You're an influencer who says what white people want you to say. And don't you find it interesting that they chose to speak to you, and they chose to speak to you for the same reason that you're a conservative, for the same reason Turning Point did, because you're safe. They know you're a black man who'll do what he's told. You're an unremarkable black man who they know they can count on to be obedient. They pick you for the same reason they pick dogs. What is very interesting to me is this is Nancy Grace.
I left to believe that he goes out swimming all on his own, and the friend girl leaves, the mates from school leave, everybody just leaves him out in the water and he dies.
Now, Nancy Grace is a career prosecutor. She has tried 100 felony trials, 100, and not lost one. And she thinks that's something suspicious. But the social media influencer who failed at football and was a mediocre cop all of a sudden knows more than that? I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. But I do know this. You said that a young woman with a pot of water acted so suspiciously that she should be shot by cops.
I think that this is justified, but it could have been avoided, but still justified. You can't throw boiling water on a police officer and not get shot.
But you don't think people that were on a boat with somebody, in proximity to somebody, and that person comes that day acting so suspicious, they should be questioned?
I didn't know he said that about that lady. That lady did not throw no boiling water and was not about to throw no boiling water on that little pussy cop that did that to her. That was wrong. He's a real scumbag for that. He's a giant scumbag for that one. I didn't know he said that.
That's who you are. Debate you for what? What you are is what the people before you, you're Diamond and Silk, you're Candace Owens, you're Stacey Dash, you're that. And your career will age like avocados, because that's what they do. There'll be somebody else that replaces you. I've been around for 40 years doing what I do, and you still know my name. You know how I got to know yours? Somebody sent me a coon alert. They said, and you fit the bill. I don't know who you are, but I know what you are. I know what you do because I've seen people like you in my entire life. You can assail my career, but my career is longer than your life. You mentioned my name, and I have no idea who you are. But I do know this, that one day, when all of this is done, and it'll be after the next election cycle, when people are wondering who you are, when you go the way of the Larry Elders, or the Sheriff Clarks, or the Candace Owens, or the Diamond and Silks, or the Stacey Dashes, or the Armstrong, like all of them, when you're there with them and you're wondering what happened, it's because you sold your soul for nothing.
Let me just say this, and I know people gonna clip this and get back, and I don't care. I really feel this way. I'm getting sick of black people, right? I like the black people like me and others that are conservative, that's smart, but the rest of y'all, I'm sick of y'all. It's hard to even want to be around black people, to be honest.
I have never once, and I've had a disagreement with a lot of black people that I've had disagreement, but I've never once had to make a video explaining I don't hate black people.
I do not hate black people. I know that people who are new to my channel, and you see people out there making these videos, it's comical to me because I don't understand how accountability leads to hate.
You said you can't teach me, you can't make me hate white people. You said that.
You want me to hate white people. I'm not doing it.
My question is it making you hate white people? I don't want that at all. What I want to know is, who the fuck taught you to hate us?
Right.
This is Brandon Tatum.
Y'all just see what unfunny
Nah, that was shout out to Foxy Butterfly. That was I got put up on some. I know he was bad, but I didn't know he said that about that woman about that boiling water, man. That was super duper low. That was real low. He's a mega coon. That is terrible. But they on your buttocks, Bart.
Exposed now, they taking down my videos. They being exposed now, they taking down my videos. They being exposed now, they taking down my videos. Y'all get back in the building, get back off in the building, get back off in the building.
Back off in
the
there.
chosen one at it again. Man, y'all hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. Hit the like and subscribe button for me. Hey, y'all, before I start, I want to say this. I don't know why they taking down my video, y'all. People report my videos. I know it's them racist rednecks. I know it's them racist people, right? But before I start, I want to say everything that I'm going to say is allegedly.
That's right.
Right? It is all allegedly, right? My opinion. Okay. Now, y'all check this out now. Since they took down my videos, they're just going to make me go a little deeper.
Go ahead.
And what's really going on now.
Go
Okay.
ahead now.
This how they going to make me go deeper. Y'all see that post say. They say someone post this is Katie and Bart. All right. So, y'all let's go a little deeper then. Y'all let's go a little deeper. All right. So.
And it looked like Bart been hitting that for a while because that picture go back. Bart been beating that up for a minute. Bart been beating that up since back in the day. Come on now. Look like Bart. That was Bart little dip snip. Little shouty. I come see you when I come back around the way thing. Okay. All right. It's making sense now. Come on.
You notice everybody who ever mentioned Katie when they talking about she was the last one seen with Nolan, right? Y'all notice everybody keep saying what? Oh, he just met her. The girl he met for the first time. Blah, 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 blah. Nah, y'all. They saying that they've just met for the first time. So they won't think that this motherfucker right here did it over jealousy, that he was knocking her off.
He was knocking her off. Y'all, yeah, somebody said, you got an Unc out. Yeah, Unc came on out now. He done came on out to tell you because y'all don't really understand. So Unc got to break it down for you.
Now you making me think that Nolan was really knocking Katie off, allegedly. Because everybody who ever mentioned Nolan and Katie, and they keep saying the new girl, they keep saying, oh, they just had met that day. And you think if Nolan just met a girl that day, that he gonna stay back on the island with her?
Tell him old school now. Y'all ain't gonna fool. Y'all ain't gonna pull the wool over Percy Earl eyes now. Percy Earl ain't gonna have none of your gibberish, none of your trash. You gonna keep it straight with Percy Earl now.
For her, y'all gotta realize now.
You got to.
Nolan is not no drop shot little dude.
Nope.
Nolan is a star.
Star.
At his school, in his community.
In the community.
Nolan is a star on that football team.
I'm trying to.
And that means a lot. That carry a lot. I don't know if y'all ever had homeboys that played sports and was good and how popular they is in school and in the community with everybody.
I'm trying.
Old people, young people, you know what I'm saying, drug dealers, because he doing it right.
I told y'all this from the beginning. Little Charlie Earl, Willie Earl. Come on now.
He is known by everybody. So you ain't finna tell me that Nolan was finna stay back on the island with this girl and he just met her. Nah, he don't rock like that. His DMs be jumping.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Nolan was a star.
Come on.
And probably a superstar.
Come on.
In their little community.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
He was getting a shot at the D1 school, right?
Yeah.
So now you got me thinking Nolan was really putting that light pole.
Oh, come on now.
On Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they trying to downplay it so it won't give no motives to why this may have happened to Nolan. But now that we coming out, now that they coming out, and we see this video here, I mean this picture here. Oh, so Bart, yeah, Tender Dick Bart, y'all used to be fucking, you and Katie. Yeah, and Nolan went to knocking the life out of her, putting in the buck, dropping that long pole in her, touching things inside her that she don't even know she got down there. Cause we go deep, boy. We go deep, boy. So you couldn't touch all up there in her stomach and all that there. Yeah. She ain't never felt it in her stomach messing with you, Bart. But boy, Nolan, boy, the God chose the child, boy, was putting it in her stomach.
In the rib cage.
She never felt nothing like that there. She loved that
The
feeling.
lifestyle. Never.
Yeah, they had planned the meet out there. Listen, Kate and Nolan probably play, not playing just to meet like, oh, you going out there to Horn Alley? Okay, yeah, I'm going. I'm see you out there. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, when I see you, I'm come holler at you.
Yeah.
He ain't sweating her like that.
Nah.
Yeah, they making it seem like Nolan was a desperate dude.
Right.
No, Nolan been knocking the stuffing off that muffin right there. He been digging in them guts. He been beating up.
Nappy
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it makes sense now.
Uh-huh.
So the whole time, they keep saying he just met her.
Straight up.
Nah. No. Hey, all the pictures I done seen Nolan on with the two, I think it was two pictures.
You can't tell.
Them was some pretty white girls now.
Come on,
I ain't gonna lie now. Them was some pretty little devils now.
The devils.
You see what I'm saying? Them was some pretty little devils.
Pretty little devil.
Right? And Katie fit right down in that category too.
I did not tell y'all. Do y'all got to hear from y'all got to hear from the OG to tell y'all. I got to tell you, man. Y'all got to hear from I told y'all, man. I told you what he was talking about. This what he was talking about. This right here. I told y'all.
Some damn devils. It ain't no other way.
It ain't no other way. It's no other way. I told y'all. I had this right a long time ago. I told y'all. Hold on. I told y'all OG spitting that.
You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, when I see you, I'm come holler at you. He ain't sweating her like that. They making it seem like Nolan was a desperate dude. No, Nolan been knocking the stuffing off that muffin right there. He been digging in them guts.
All in them.
He been beating up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, now it makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole time, they keep saying he just met her.
Right.
Nah. No. Hey, all the pictures I done seen Nolan.
Yeah.
On with the two, I think it was two pictures.
Fly.
Them was some pretty white girls now.
And he was
I ain't gonna lie now. Them was some pretty little devils now.
I'm trying to tell
you. See what I'm saying? Them was some pretty little devils.
The devils.
Right? And Katie fit right down in that category too.
Right on.
Just like Judge Ashley Cole, allegedly. You see what I'm saying? They pretty. Nolan had a type. Ashley Cole fit that type. Katie fit that tight, and Katie and Ashley Cole was getting that pipe. Beat it up. He's good, ain't it? Bang, bang. You never had none like this, huh? Bang, 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 bang. I'm not gonna fight their ass.
Did I not? Hold up. I alluded to that as well. I did say Ashley Cole was a cute little MILF, and you never know. I did say that. And she was potentially on that boat too. And she was like, is he dead? She was talking about her little boo thing, allegedly. I said that. I did say that.
Yeah, y'all. See, they reporting my videos. Okay, then.
I see
so
why.
Everything I say is allegedly. But now you got me seeing it a different way. That third eye opening up, that spirit talking to me and saying, oh, okay. You notice a pattern in here.
Yep.
Whenever anybody mention Nolan and Katie, they keep saying, oh, he just met her for the first time. Nah, they were trying to cover up because we didn't know that her and Bart used to be doing the nasty. Right?
Yeah.
Right, y'all. Come on now. Fuck with the winner right now. If y'all feel all right, leave it in the comment. All right now.
All right now.
See, we didn't know this here. So they were downplaying it, that they had just met out there. But the whole thing is, There's probably been a little ongoing beef between Bart and Nolan, cause Nolan started putting that goddamn third leg in her, laying that logging head on her real good. Like that, huh? Nolan, yes, Nolan, knocking her bad, calling them no. He said, you want me to take it? I no, knocking her bad ass. That's how he got the nickname no. Bart.
Oh my, hey man, I'm telling y'all, my monetization is done. But this is I can't stop this. My monetization is out the window. It's out the window. Thanks, old school. It's done. But this is it right here.
Oh, once he got some of that third leg, boy, you couldn't do nothing, man. You couldn't, man. Yeah, there ain't nothing else you could do, man. Nolan had to knock all the feelings that she had for you out of her. Allegedly, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, you gotta be, man. It gotta be, man.
Oh.
And now it's all coming out. Boy, these white folks, these crackers in trouble, man. Boy, I done told you, you won't be kicking there another football, cracker. I done told you that.
Man, get them likes up. Sprinkle me with some jewels if you can. Because this one, I gotta let this one go. I know YouTube gonna beat me up for this one. I know that they ain't gonna let us they ain't gonna let me get away with this one. You're knocking the bottom out that mouth, knocking the bottom out of it. I'm telling the straight up proof though.
And you threw it all away for a little piece of coochie.
Little coochie.
Yeah, see, you ain't getting all the girls like that. Nope. You'll get one or two pretty girls, that you really like, but the one you really like, you couldn't get. Yeah, you was a punter. You still got a good future ahead of you. You had a good future ahead of you, but not no more. See, you ain't getting them girls like Nolan. Nolan is God's chosen son.
Now he talking about this dude. Just so y'all know who he talking about. He's talking about Bart. And we're gonna compare Nolan and we're gonna compare Bart. Bart looked like he used to drive a BMX bike back in the day and keep his cigarettes folded in his t-shirt on the side. Don't Bart, hey man. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate you, Ma. Unc is telling the truth. I just want y'all to see what Bart looked like. Now, this the big Bart. That ain't the young smooth Bart that was in the picture with Katie. This the big Bart. Wow. Damn, Unc. Let me bring that back because Unc was cooking a little bit.
But now you got me seeing it a different way. That third eye opening up, that spirit talking to me and saying, "Oh, okay." You notice a pattern in here. Whenever anybody mention Nolan and Katie, they keep saying, "Oh, he just met her for the first time." Nah, they were trying to cover up because we didn't know that her and Bart used to be doing the nasty. Right? Right, y'all? Come on now. Fuck with me when I'm right now. If y'all feel all right, leave it in the comment. I'm right now. See, we didn't know this here. So they were downplaying it, that they had just met out there. But the whole thing is, there's probably been a little ongoing beef between Bart and Nolan.
Yeah.
Because Nolan started putting that goddamn third leg in her, laying that logging head on her real good. Like that, huh? Nolan, yes, Nolan.
What is a logging head? What is that? What's a login head? What the hell is that? I ain't never heard that. That's an old school term for real. I don't know what that is.
Nolan knocking a bar, calling them no. He said, "You want me to take it?" I no, knocking a bar ass. That's how he got the nickname no. Boy, once he got some of that third leg, boy, you couldn't do nothing, man. You couldn't, man. Yeah, there ain't nothing else you could do, man. Nolan had to knock all the feelings that she had for you out of her. Allegedly, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it gotta be, man. It gotta be, man. And now it's all coming out. Boy, these white folks, man, these crackers is in trouble, man. Boy, I done told you, you won't be kicking there another football, cracker. I done told you that. And you threw it all away for a little piece of coochie.
A little coochie.
Yeah, see, you weren't getting all the girls like that.
You what?
You'll get one or two pretty girls, you know, that you really like, but the one you really like, you couldn't get. Yeah, you was the punter. You was the punter. You still got a good future ahead of you. You had a good future ahead of you.
You know.
But not no more. See, you ain't getting them girls like Nolan.
Nope.
Nolan is God's chosen son, man. He got what you don't got.
I'm trying to tell you.
You know what I mean? Swag. You know what I'm saying? A good sense of humor. We have a soul. You ain't got no motherfucking soul. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hey, man. Boy, I'm sorry, man. You was a couple inches short, man. Cause once Nolan started touching them goddamn guts, it was over there. Once he got her shooting bite to bite 2-3 times, man, you was lost in the sauce. Oh, man, you were lost in the sauce. Nolan had to knock everything she did for you up out of her. Allegedly. Yeah, y'all want to take my video down? Well, everything I say is allegedly. And now y'all got me really thinking. Nolan did not just meet Kate that day. Man. Nolan been knocking them cakes. He been knocking that little cupcake up. He been tearing that little cupcake up. Kissing all on it. Kissing all on it. Giving her some of that real head that really blowing her brains out. You know what I'm saying? He biting on that thing so good. He blowing her brains out so good. She wake up, her little ponytail be hanging on the ceiling. My boy been done blowing her brain out with that good head. Yes, Lord. Then he put that goddamn pole on her, that longer head on her, that light pole. Boy, look here, that girl's eyes there got stuck rolling in the back of her head. Y'all know how we do.
Right, all the way.
Y'all know how we do. And that's the same thing going on with Ashley Cole. Nolan ran the same thing back on the repeat, rewind, let's go. Put it on the coming off the dresser, doing, I'm telling you now. All this here behind some coochie.
I'm telling you now.
All this is behind some coochie. Cause it ain't no other motive.
Behind some coochie.
All this, Nolan definitely behind possibly 2 women. This woman and Judge Ashley Cole. This behind a woman, man. This is behind a woman. This ain't, because you got to understand, it ain't behind no money. It ain't behind no drugs. It ain't behind no sports. The motive is one of these women. And now they trying to cover it up by saying Nolan just met her, so it won't seem like Bart crashed out over someone that Nolan just met. No. Nolan was tearing her ass up.
Right.
Probably when Bart claimed he was in Wyoming for a year. That's probably around the time when Nolan started knocking her all the feelings up out of her ass for Bart.
Knocking her down.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because Nolan ain't just go there just to meet her and state bite with her. Someone he just met. That man was a star, man. That man had coochie coming out all his pockets and socks. Man, you know how many girls probably throwing that thing at Nolan? And y'all think he would just stay back for her? Nah. And it's possible that he was knocking down Judge Cole, somebody successful and pretty, and you think he gonna stay back for her? when he got the judge could be waiting for him to come drop that light pole in him off the top shelf. Woo, my boy jumping off the top shelf. Judge Cole loving that shit. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. You know what I mean? That young nigga putting them knees back there to her little ears and slowing her ass, letting her watch it. How long that thing is going in? Her eyes getting big. She shooting everywhere. Lord have mercy. Hey, man, with that, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man.
What is okay? God, all right, old school. You need to get out a little bit more. Jeez, Louise. Old school need to just get out a little more. God darn, man. Oh yeah, yeah. My monetization is gone for this one. It's over. Yeah, that's over. Yeah, he's tripping. Dang, like I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. This is taking a different turn, fam. What the hell is wrong with you? I see why they be taking your videos down now. It was a little funny, but now he this nigga's doing this nigga's talking like a romance novel. Yeah, he over there touchy-feely. Yeah. Pops got himself excited. This dude's tripping. The hell's wrong with you, bro? This is still like social media. What the hell? Jeez. Well, you know, a little comedy for the day, I guess. Little comedy. Dang. Cuz went off, didn't he, though? Off the deep end. That nigga, he went to the point of no return. I think I gotta whiten it up a little bit. Let's throw a little mayo on it real quick and soften it out a little bit.
You see what I want you to watch that. Watch the cut. They cut the interview. Very, very, very important. Watch this. Watch when he said Nolan was on the boat with me last year. Watch this.
Rings in the Gulf Coast, go to Horn Island. And, you know, we went last year. Nolan was on the boat with me last year. And
you see that cut? Nolan was on the boat with me last year. Why would the interviewer cut the interview? Because he probably said some shit that's very telling. He had to point out that Nolan was on the boat with us last year. That's how close we are. We're just best friends. Nolan was on the boat with me. And in a minute, he's going to describe how the boat is 2-3 boats, 20, 30 people. Because once again, it's not about it's not because him and Nolan are so close that Nolan was on the boat with him last year. Nolan was on the boat with him last year because apparently that's what people do in groups of 20 and 30. But that cut right there, very, very telling. He didn't, that wasn't an edit.
Like to do it all, you know, on the water, you know. And I mean, Nolan loved to do that too. I mean,
here's all my friends do, and oh, by the way, Nolan too. It's an associative relationship.
It's not like he was just like everyone else in our friend group. He loved to go on the water, and you know,
he has nothing specific to say about Nolan. You can't be a best friend with a guy. We're like brothers, but every single time he talks about Nolan and his character and anything about Nolan, it's just like everybody else in the group. He's just like everybody else. There's no difference. It's very generic.
Have a good time with the guys, and that's what we did a lot. But 4th of July, everybody was out there. Like I said, like Nolan was always trying to go on the boat, trying to go out there with us, and he was always welcome to come. Nolan
with us, not with me, not my bestie, not hey twin, we're going on the boat. Nope, it's with us. He wants to go with us, the group, my friends, the group.
It's a big deal.
Very, very big deal. And I mean, I actually stayed with Nolan that night at my buddy's house, and
I stayed with Nolan. He's using that language so that you'll feel like him and Nolan are just so tight. I stayed with Nolan at my buddy's house. So you stayed with your buddy and Nolan just happened to be there, but you're misrepresenting the nature of your relationship.
I woke up at my buddy's house, and we went to McDonald's.
You see it now. I ain't even gonna tell you anymore because now you're starting. Now I've trained you.
Nolan's got food. Nolan.
We went to McDonald's and got food.
Was not with me.
Nolan was not with me. Me and my buddy woke up and went and got food. Nolan was not with me. My brother, my homie. my bestest friend in the widest world. He went with me.
And I went and got breakfast. I had my buddy's boat hooked up to my truck. And, well, first I ran to my house, then I went to McDonald's and came back. And
here's the timeline jump again. Y'all getting trained, ain't you? You're starting to figure it out, ain't you? What? He's all over the map. Anytime somebody's all over the map, when you're asking about an event that should be sequential,
right?
It's very deceptive. It's red flags like a motherfucker. If I was doing an interrogation, I'm going to be all over this timeline right now, especially when we're talking about the timeline of the morning of the event in question. If you're doing an investigation, interrogation, and you have an event in question, and we're talking about the timeline the morning of, it is very problematic to have this many red flags in the sequence of events of the morning of. I'm going to play back the morning of. Now that I've trained you to listen to the timeline, I want you to listen to what he says. I want you to follow the order of events. Him and his buddy woke up. They went to McDonald's. Then what happened next? Watch, follow it in your brain, and you're going to see how much he's being deceptive. Watch.
At my buddy's house, and we went to McDonald's, got food. Nolan was not with me. I went and got breakfast. I had my buddy's boat hooked up to my truck. And, well, first I ran to my house, then I went to McDonald's and came.
Whoa, I thought you went from your buddy's house to McDonald's. Notice how you got food twice, too, by the way. He said, me and my buddy woke up, went to McDonald's. And I got some food, got breakfast. Yeah, that's what McDonald's is. So you mentioned that twice. Then all of a sudden he went back to his house, then back to McDonald's, right? He's actively trying to give you a story that has been given to him. His mother, who is a judge, I believe, this is my opinion, has coached him on how to answer questions on the timeline the morning of. Why? I don't know. I'm not saying this guy did it. I'm not saying this guy did anything. I'm not saying that. I don't have the evidence to be able to say that. What I'm saying is this is deceptive. What I'm saying is you're not giving me a sequential order of events, and it's very red flaggy.
No, what's red flaggy is that every time we hear from a white creator that's trying to really actually break it down, y'all break it all the way down up until they did something wrong. And did they do something wrong? Were they guilty? I don't know that. I don't know that now. I don't know. I don't know why they did that. But something fishy. Some fish out there. Come on, man. With the BS. Now, did y'all know that they got subpoenas out there?
Hey, y'all. Hey. So I'm breaking in with another Nolan Wells update. Now, I was telling you guys yesterday about this civil suit that is coming forth, right? And y'all keep saying, oh, it's not coming forth. No. Yes, it's coming forth. All right? I told you yesterday that they sent spoliation letters to certain individuals. So this video is going to break down pretty much who they sent them to, or some of the people that I know that they sent them to, and the details of the letter itself, what they are requesting, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all, this list is so long, I just stopped writing and gathering information, because when I told y'all that the Crump team is not playing with them, they're not playing, all right? So who are getting these subpoenas? All of the friends that were on Horn Island. So that's Warren, Trayston, Wyatt, Eli, Eric, Bart, that we know now is there, Will, the judge, their families, and friends. Every person that they can find at Wyatt's house, at the after party, on Bart's boat, everybody, okay? That's who got these subpoenas. And guess who else got one? Race Batum Tatum. And I'm going to tell you how I know he got one, because of the things that they are requesting. All right? So what are they requesting? Let's start with the electronic devices. Y'all, I couldn't remember everything. I had to write it all down. So they're looking for cell phones, tablets, computers, smartwatches, cameras, hard drives, USB drives, and memory cards. Okay? They're also demanding preservation requests for electronic communications. And that is text messages, iMessages, WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, Snapchat, Instagram, DM, Facebook Messenger, emails, group chats, and any recoverable deleted communications. All right? They are not playing, but they're not done. All right? They are requesting all social media. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, X, Discord, and Snapchat. What are they requesting? Any posts, reels, stories, videos, live streams, deleted comments and deleted content or comments of any kind, direct messages, metadata, account login activity, any photos and videos, files, edited versions and of the original versions, data screenshots. Man, listen. So that's social media. Okay? Now, they're also requesting, and this is where I say race baitum Tatum comes in, any audio, voice recordings, phone recordings, interviews, dispatch recordings, and recorded statements. So they're requesting all of those, all right? Wait, there's more. They're requesting location information, GPS history, cell site location, Google timeline, Apple Signifont locations, Find My iPhone history, navigation app data, and geofence information. They're also requesting boat and marina records, includes but not limited to boat ownership, rental agreements, dock records, fuel purchases, GPS logs, electronic chart plotter data, passenger manifest, and surveillance footage. Baby. Okay? All right. So now, they're not done. They're not done. So let's talk about what they're requesting from all law enforcement records, including letters, incident reports, supplemental records, body cam footage, dash cam footage, marine patrol footage, CAD records, 911 records, radio traffic, witness interviews, chain of custody interviews, digital forensic extractions, prosecutorial records, investigative files, witness interviews, photos, videos, and grand jury materials. Okay? Now, to the extent of preservation is required by law. I had to put that. They're requesting the stuff from law to the extent preservation is required by law. They're also requesting correspondence regarding the investigation of all medical examiner records, autopsy reports, toxicology reports, histology, x-rays, CT scans, tissue samples, DNA evidence, biological specimens, and internal notes. They're also requesting from the law clothing, shoes, jewelry, life jackets, cell phones, bags, any items collected in the investigation. iCloud backups, Google Drive, Google folders. Y'all, I stopped there. So when I say that the Crump team is thorough with this, they're not leaving any stones unturned, y'all. So, Mississippi might actually fuck around and find out.
And check this out, though, about on the setup side of the game from Katie. This from Katie's mom.
Now this is given premeditated. So Katie's mom went on Ocean Springs Talk of the Town and she made this comment under their post. First thing she said was Katie made it home because she was on a boat with other people. Then she goes and say Katie was safe because my brother and sister-in-law went and got her. So for me, reading this sentence is giving they knew something was going to happen to Nolan. I got Katie up out of there. Katie is safe because my people went and got her. Because I knew something was going to happen. That's what that sentence reads. Not to mention, all of their parents took the big boat. Y'all know the big boat that they keep talking about. But y'all didn't peep Bert and them and Wyatt and all of them was on Bert's boat. And that one video that first came out when they was all on the boat in the water, Nolan was in the water. And he was actually in front of Bert's boat in this picture. This picture right here is Bert's boat parked next to the big boat that everybody keeps talking about. But if you look close, where this arrow is pointing at, that is Nolan in the water next to Bert's boat. But it's given premeditated, just for the simple fact that there's a theory going around that Katie and Nolan was dating. The YT's boys did not like that, and they had a plan to confront Nolan. I've heard that story too. So for her to say that under this post is given very much premeditated. Let's talk about this in the comments, cousin, because am I tweaking? I already know what to do. Like, comment, share, repost. I'm a single mom, so if you want to donate to my platform, everything will be linked below. Love you, bye. Now this.
Man, hold on now. The cat is out the bag. The cat is all the way out the bag. And then let's talk about how they really wasn't friends, though, and how the setup could be real, though. Check this out.
Information out there. It's annoying. I'm not gonna lie, it's annoying. It's annoying. But what I love is that a lot of people are trying to find justice for Nolan Wells. They're trying to figure out this whole situation. But here's the thing that I want people to continue to question. You say you loved your friend.
Yep.
You say he's been over your house thousands of times. Oh, one of you are saying, it's just black people trying to get views. It's black people. Yeah, it's always let's blame the black people. Let's blame them. Yet, but 95% of the people reporting and asking for justice for Nolan Wells are white. So let's throw that one out of the window. But here's the problem that I think that people are not really looking into. So he's been your friend for years. Again, you come home, you wipe out your social media, and you lawyer up. If you've done nothing wrong, why do that? The only people that...
Yeah.
Period. End of story. I don't know what happened on Horn Island, but something bad happened on Horn Island. Could it have been an accident? It could have been. But it's not looking like it allegedly.
Nah, not at all.
In this interview with his so-called friend, and that's the one thing, another thing that we need to stop doing is calling these guys Nolan's friends, because they were not his friends. They were not his friends. Allegedly not his friends. Let me put allegedly in there. They were not his friends, in my opinion. So when you are friends with somebody for years, you would think you wouldn't take down your social media. You wouldn't lawyer up. You'd want to go and join the search for your friend, or you'd do your tributes, or you'd cry. Not one tear was shed by this man. Not one tear has been shed by any of the so-called friends that went to Horn Island. Not one. So I'm supposed to sit here and believe, and people are supposed to sit here and believe that you guys are not culpable of anything. Nothing. You all did nothing wrong. But the game that you all like to play is, oh no. Oh, he'd been drinking. Oh, now they're talking about drugs. Oh, this, that, and allegedly. Everything is victim blaming. Always.
Yeah.
Everybody wants this to be about drowning, yet there was no water in his lungs.
Yeah.
For what we've heard thus far. But then you have an audio. Nobody wants to be, AI, this, that, blah, blah. But an engineer went through it. But the bottom line is, if this is your friend, if it was your friend, you would have done way more than lawyer up and shut down your social media.
Right.
And I don't know why these guys haven't been questioned about this. Why? Why haven't you been questioned? Why haven't you been brought in to say,
they should be in
okay, we need to understand, let's investigate this. We're not doing anything here. We just want to know, take your testimony, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. That's not even being done. Not one tear has been shed by any of these. None. But we're going to sit down and do an interview and spew some BS, alleged BS, which I think is BS, based on his behavior during the interview.
Yeah.
Not one tear. Not one. Let's go find out what's going on. Again, I keep saying this. They don't watch CSI and Miami or Law and Order. they played this wrong because somebody knows what happens that day, and I think all of them do. And the moment one of them has the balls to say, "Let me go talk to the police. Let me try to get immunity or something," because enough is enough. And what the beautiful thing about all of this is that people are really trying to get, they're not letting it go. Nope. Just like the Epstein files, they're not letting it go because people are tired. Every race of people are tired of all of this.
I would agree.
But again, not one tear, not one tribute, not one video of anything that they all did together. But what they want to do is now, when we go to Horn Island, people drink and they did. I'm not disputing that. They probably drink. They probably come back with different people, this, that, and the other. And that they're using that as some kind of alibi also. I don't know. But the bottom line is there's no tears shed.
Yeah.
There's blaming. They're blaming their friend.
Yeah.
They're blaming their so-called friend. So let's just do one thing. Let's stop calling these men his friends because it's what they are.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, what if now we got to think about what's going to happen at this grand jury too.
And what about this? What about that the DA takes this to the grand jury? Let's say the DA takes it to the grand jury and she does not deliver it like she is delivering the word from the Holy Bible, baby. And it blows it up and the jury doesn't feel that there was enough evidence to pursue charges. What if that happens? Okay. If that happens, then there won't be a trial. Okay. See, there's a lot of moving parts to this. We see the information. We hear the information. We see what people are discussing. We see what we feel that people are trying to hide. But that is not going to get us justice. Everyone needs to do their part to ensure that justice is delivered on all sides of this thing.
You got all these
okay. All sides. Okay. So let's say that we don't get a trial, Ruben. I don't want that to be, but if that's the case, okay. God's justice won't be a moment late. So you better understand. Don't never think that you're finna get away with nothing because God's justice is pure. And it's never too late. Okay? Another thing that we need to think about as well. Okay? We will not stop until we see justice. And if we don't get to take it to trial, there could be enough evidence out there floating that indicates that someone could have been responsible. And that's when Ben Crump is going to do his thug dizzle. Okay? So everybody chill out. Okay? We're under attack right now. Everybody chill out. Just chill. Okay? We're going to be good.
I like fake filled messages. You know what I'm saying? We need some positivity going on. I'm not hating on what she's talking about at all. But a little bit more about this media thing. Everybody on TMZ neck bone too. Because they playing in everybody's face for real.
Hey, my beautiful people. Let's talk about TMZ being a part of the Nolan Wells murder case. At this point, TMZ is doing their best to run interference. So that makes TMZ an accessory to covering up evidence in the Nolan Wells case. TMZ is the media outlet that is being used to cause confusion and chaos. They're trying to jumble everything together, put things out there that are not even true. But when you're scrambling to try to cover things up, you don't think clearly. You don't have clarity.
Right.
The chaos that TMZ thinks that they're creating is only confirming that Nolan Wells was murdered. A lot of readers been talking about, oh, this got something to do with some money. The cover-up is all about money. The cover-up is all about racism. You have to pay to play. So, TMZ gets payment of having coverage because they are running interference. They getting exposure. But you might be like, oh, TMZ, they been the big media outlet. Okay, y'all got to think about it on spiritual terms. Remember, I told y'all, this is ritualistic. Nolan Wells' murder is ritualistic.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that are trying to renew contracts. There's a lot of people who participated in this ritual. So there's a lot of people trying to keep their place in line or get ahead of the line. Y'all got to think outside the box here. Nolan Wells, his death was definitely something that a lot of people had to gain from. What I'm trying to say, his death was a sacrifice. But guess what? Remember when I told you that they think they run the world, but they do not run the universe? They didn't calculate this very well. It's not aging well for them. So what I want y'all to do is stop sharing stuff that TMZ is putting out. I want you to get on here and talk cold, hard trash about that media outlet and the false accusations and the confusion that they're trying to put out here. Let's give them the attention that they really deserve.
Right.
And the reason I'm telling y'all this is because I've done another channel in Unjudged Ashley Cole. They are trying to get very strategic at this point. Okay? Crossing every T, dotting every I, because they're frantic. They're watching everybody at this point. They have a lot to lose in this ritual. But remember what I told y'all the first time that I seen Nolan. What did I tell y'all that I did? I took all their energy out. It's shattered. So I'm going to be giving y'all a video to tell you what's going on with them spiritually. Specifically, Judge Ashley Cole and Warren Hudson. Hey, my beautiful people.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On the spiritual side of the game. We can't forget the spiritual side of the game. You understand me? It be some stuff going on, but it be on the spiritual side. Right? And y'all know it was some girls on the boat. I told y'all them folks then got all type of play-by-play on who's doing what and where and why. And we get a chance to hear that audio again. So I want y'all to check this one out.
Okay, so listen, this one is going to be over 3 minutes. You're going to have to share it because the algorithm is not going to push this out. This is regarding Nolan Wells' case. So I posted the 911 call the other day, and first off, this is all my opinion, allegedly, whatever, all of that. So first off, they've been throwing us off with the picture of Nolan with Wyatt, Warren, and Will. Okay, this picture right here. So because of that picture, we're thinking these are the only people that were on the boat. No. So apparently, according to the 911 call, there's about 7 people on the boat, which would make sense to why they was deleting stuff off of his phone. Because that way you won't see that the boy Bart is also on the boat. Because Bart tried to take to social media immediately when his body was found and say that he have not been home. That is a lie. That was a lie, because Bart was on the boat, and the 911 call tells us he was on the boat, because from what I can hear and in the enhanced audio,
it said, somebody says that Bart did it. Allegedly. Now, I'm going to attach a few videos here because I told y'all to follow Kimberly in another video. She is really piecing this together. So I'm going to show you this video from her page. And then at the end, I'm also going to post the enhanced audio again so that you can hear for yourself. And this is was enhanced by a audio engineer. This is what she does. She says she did not use any AI, that she tried to turn down the 911 operator's voice so that she can enhance it a little bit more. And yes, you can hear it. I feel like you can even hear the moment that possibly he was pushed into the water. What was I gonna say? Oh, the 911 operator, I'm not saying she's at fault at all, but I feel like she should have sent the Coast Guard because it was too much action going on in the back of that call for it to just be ignored. Also, one last thing. Bart, the boy Bart that I'm saying, Bart lives, his family home is on Fort Bayou, and they have a boat ramp and everything. Anyway, I'm gonna just anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, justice for Nolan, because even if it was an accident, the cover up is what makes it just horrible. Why cover it up? Why not say when they called 911, Warren, who also did the interview with the cop, he should have immediately been saying there's been an accident on the boat, please send emergency services. If it was me, that's what I would have done, because it was a possibility that the boy was still alive.
Yeah.
Anyway, here you go.
So the boat went to Fort Bayou right after Nolan died on the boat, right? Now let me see who the fuck lives up in Fort Bayou. Oh my God, is that Bart's house in Fort Bayou with a little boat launch docking area? Oh my God. I wonder if Bart was there that day. I wonder if Bart was with him. I wonder if that is the same Bart that lives in Fort Bayou. I wonder. Oh, according to Bart, he's been in Wyoming and hasn't been in press Christiana over a year. Now, how could his name, let me see if I'm fucking retarded again. Hold on. Nah, I can't fucking see what this says. But does that say that an involved entity was Bart Edmondson Jr.? I'm so confused as to how he could be in Wyoming and Mississippi at the same time. Bart, to the front of the fucking room now, bitch.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkinson. I think it's Jerry Atkinson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on
Unless you have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm available.
North 30 degrees by 46.72.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
Oh, we're not aground. We are in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou lawn.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22 foot offshore, 22 foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local.
Okay, so listen, this one is going to be over 3 minutes. You going?
That is crazy right there. That's crazy right there. And you ain't gonna tell me what you ain't gonna tell me what you think you ain't heard. Is all I'm saying. We can listen to it 1,000 times. And it's still gonna sound the same way. It don't matter. It don't matter whose joint we listen to. If you listen to the black women's or Sam's, it's the same way. And it's official audio. I knew y'all was gonna do that. Okay, hold on. Let me let Sam say it then. Maybe you can digest it a little bit. Here you go.
Service Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update, and one of my followers just sent me a fully uncut, no captions, unedited, but enhanced video of that phone call, and tell me what you guys hear.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Damn it, Bart. What'd you say? Hey. It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now. I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that. Everybody was on this phone. I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. Or I don't have the tag on here. It got ripped off. Reach me at 2. What? Yeah, everybody's off the way. What? No, we do not need that. Let me go look. Will, go. Hey, North. Are you ready? North 3 degrees. 46.72. Sorry, look. Hey, what do I need to send you? Yeah, what? Yeah, we do not have a VHF radio. Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79. Yes, we are at Horn Island. Yes. We were sinking, yes. No, we're not aground. We are in 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water. I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes. You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou launch. No, there's no children. Hey, where is this? Drop it off. Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going. Oh, stay out of here. Stay out of here. Hello. Stay out of here. Okay, what's going on? What's up? There are 0 adults on board. No. Nobody here is over the age of 21. Hello? There's lots of people breathing on the boat. Like 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we have life jackets available. A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull. Okay, thank you.
Now, they can say whatever they want But I do hear, damn it, Bart. No matter what, I do hear certain things. I hear, oh my God. I do hear Nolan. I hear Warren. I hear, allegedly, I hear what I hear, and I can't unhear that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Secret Service Sam out Samson for president of the world. Secret Service Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells.
I mean, it don't matter which one we listen to. It don't even, and there's a second part to that call too. Oh yeah, there's more to it. There's a little more to that, actually. I don't know if y'all know that, but the part where they called in the captain and said, nah, it wasn't that whoopty wop whoopty woo. But that just means I'm going to have to do another stream, so I'm going to have to come back. Everybody that ain't been here before, make sure you hit that like button and smash that subscribe. Hit them bell for notifications so you know when I'm coming back on the scene, which is going to be in a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I ain't going to hold you. I need y'all to go ahead, subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike, comment your vomit, share if you care about getting black empowerment everywhere. Please do that on the platforms that we own, Jones, and just bring it on home. I got love, peace, blessings, and Maloha. I'm out the Doha for show.